Everlight Solar Studio. This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
The Tuesday edition. The mini camp begins today edition. And thanks to Matt LaFleur for doing his press conference right in the middle of our program at 10:30 edition. The Joker. I think we need a third Joker. Is that Dunzo? Because we've got Djokovic, the GOAT of tennis. We've got Joker, who just won his first NBA title. And we need a third Joker edition. And the... Tausch, did you ever feel so much pressure or put so much pressure on yourself that you felt like it affected your play edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming video live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and of course on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, along with Dunzo, who may or may not appear again today. And from his undisclosed location, he's the Packers Hall of Famer. He's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. My boy finally got his championship, so I'm doing good this morning.
From whence does this love for him spring?
So here's the deal. I am always rooting for that athlete that gets maligned a little bit. He's a little heavy. He's a little slow. He's not your star player. He's not the guy everybody's clamoring for. He's constantly underestimated. He's got a skill set very similar to yours if you were a little taller.
With good
when
feet.
You factor all, I am nowhere near where Joker is. Okay, I just want to make sure I put that clear. Just like when we compare Aaron Rodgers to Michael Jordan. They're not in the same level, okay?
Okay.
But I feel
Tausch Djokovic.
like if I feel like I was 7 foot tall, I would play basketball the way Joker plays.
Okay.
I admire how he approaches things. He doesn't give two blanks. He's just focused. He's got a focus on what he does, and then he does what he wants. And how it played out in the fact that he was the second to last draft pick as a two-time MVP in the All-Star game, and the fact everybody just kind of, whatever. Oh, he's boring. Oh, he's this. And he just kept his head down and did his thing and believed in his group and knew that they would get it done. I got a lot of respect and admiration for how he approached it. So he's my guy. If the Bucks didn't win, I was nervous that the Lakers were going to scam a championship.
Yeah, Lakers,
they
Celtics. Didn't. Yeah.
And the fact that Joker and Murray and the Nuggets got it done, I am outside of the Milwaukee Bucks winning it. This is the next. Isn't Adam, you rascal? That is the best thing that could have happened for the NBA, in my opinion, and for me personally. I'm excited that they got it.
And now Nikola Jokic and Mark Gerald Tauscher both have won World's Championship.
Well, I just, and then the fact how, a couple of things that I'm a little dumbfounded by.
Oh, boy.
The Miami Heat is all about culture. It's all about toughness, and what they do is, it's been pretty impressive. I don't think anybody could really sit there and look at how Miami is approached outside when LeBron left. They rebuilt. They've gotten to I think this is their second championship that they've been to without stars. And they're down 5, and they just mail it in with 12 seconds left? What the hell are they doing? Foul. Do you not watch the Reggie Miller New York Knicks game? This is the end of your season. This isn't a Wednesday night in Milwaukee in December where it's not a big deal. We're not even going to play our guys. They're going in, and they miss a shot. Guys are untucking their shirts. It's 5. You're down 5 with 12 seconds left. What are you doing? That part blew my mind. So that whole Heat culture and never quitting and everything else, they quit. Like, what were they doing? So you factor all that in. I was happy they did it, but if you're a Miami Heat fan, you're like, what are you foul? The odds of you coming back and winning are great, but what are you doing? It made me wonder, like, what was going on. Like, I was confused. And Jesse, can you help me? Why would you not foul in that case? I guess I was dumbfounded by the whole thing.
I don't know why they wouldn't foul other than they just felt like it was over. It was a formality at that point. Like, they were
Clearly,
down.
that's what they thought.
It's the closeout game of a finals. It's not an exhibition game in Greece.
Maybe they wanted to cover. Line was 9. Maybe they wanted to cover 9.
I'm sure that's what it was.
Allegedly. Allegedly. That's where you get in trouble.
Glad you asked Jesse there.
So, I don't know why they wouldn't foul. The Heat culture, they just seemed tired in this series. They were outmatched. Denver was a better team. The Heat magic kind of fell apart, I think, in the NBA Finals, especially in, like, Game 3 when they went back to Miami and got blown out. Like, it just felt like they had kind of run its course. You know, like, I think they were just drained by the end of that game last night. And so if they don't want to foul down 5 with 7 seconds left, okay. Like, it's over.
Yeah. And, well, it's not okay. It's lame. And if the Milwaukee Bucks did that, I'd be crushing them this morning. Compete. Now, if you're down 7 or 8, 5 points, make one free throw, go down, drill a 3, you're down to 6. You're down to 3-point game. So, no, Brust just texted me, they're out of timeouts. Get out of here. Brust, if you don't foul, if you're getting beat by Kentucky down 4 or 5 with 12 seconds left because you don't have a timeout to advance, I'm sorry. I'll castigate you. Foul. Finish. Compete. Wait till the horn blows. If it's 3 seconds and you're down by 15, okay, great. Or 8 or 9, you're literally looking at guy makes 1 out of 2, you nail a 3, it's a 3-point game. What are you doing?
Are you
There's
sure?
Pressure involved.
Are you sure on the amount of time that was left after that miss?
Yes.
You're sure? Okay.
11, 5, or 12. It was 11 plus, between 11 and 12 seconds.
Okay.
Yes.
Meanwhile, you really like our friend Josh DiMaggio, producer of Scalzo and Brust, 4 to 6 each weekday across ESPN.
It depends.
Wisconsin.
When I'm battling over what time I'm going on his show and everything else, I don't like him. But otherwise, yeah.
All right. So I like Big Cat. I'm a big fan. He, on the other hand, not a big fan of Jokic. Never been more out on a guy after they win a championship than Jokic. Joyless. Guy stinks.
Well, that's just dumb. The guy stinks. He's the Finals MVP.
Last week we were asking if he's better than
MVP.
Giannis.
Him or Giannis should have been the other MVP. So, no. So, here's the deal. I think we're all caught up in, it's got to be a Disney ending. Everybody's got to have all. There is a point. People have beaten him down, underestimated him, and now, tell me how joyful you are, everything else. There is, and this is the media's fault as much
boy.
as it's anybody's. You have taken the joy of winning a championship and made it, if you don't, you're a total loser.
Yeah.
And
You've
I
heard
think
me rail against that.
I've heard you also question people's chops when they don't have a championship, and that is the culture we're in. So, what? Aaron Rodgers only has one championship. He's not that. You don't say that all the time?
No.
I've heard you say it.
No.
Anyways, so there is this sense of relief that I'm sure he felt, and I think being that he's not American and that he wants to go home, I thought his quote I thought it was, "I am not playing your game. I'm going to be me." I think that's awesome. He doesn't need to be jumping for joy with Lisa Salters, who didn't know who he was, by the way. Didn't know anything about his game. I think that was one of the quotes. Hopefully I'm not getting my sideline reporters screwed up. But he was disrespected by everybody, and then he's supposed to play the game and pop champagne and spray it in their face. No, he said, I'm good. I'm going to go enjoy with my teammates. I'll jump in a pool, and I want to go home to my horses, and I'm going to drink gallons of beer and enjoy my life back in Serbia. He's got every right to do it, and so I don't have a problem. I don't know, Joshy. Everybody's got to fit into this nice little tidy box for certain media people. This guy ain't going to do it. He's too big, he's too wide, and he's too proud.
He's proud of his country and his game.
He's proud of his town. You know, that's a damn rare thing these days.
Well, we're happy for him. I have unsuccessfully been searching while you've been talking for any sort of video of Auburndale Apaches basketball in the early to mid 1990s. You did play in a state tournament for a championship? Were you in the final?
Have you ever played? Have you ever played for a championship in anything?
Are you? What exactly?
No, I'm
are you
just
doing?
curious. No, I'm just curious.
This is the
Have
second
you?
day in a row that we've started. I feel off on the wrong foot. Like you're just looking for.
No,
you're
well,
just
get
looking
on the
for
right
a fight.
foot. No, I'm asking,
You
have
kind
you,
of are.
of tennis or any of your sports, did you ever play for a championship? Because this reaction
A conference
is
championship?
any championship.
Sure.
I'm
yes.
not
Baseball
being,
conference
I'm not being
championships.
I'm not being former athlete saying you can't. That I'm asking. That's not what I'm doing. You feel that
Okay.
way because you're being insecure about it, but that's
I'm
not
not.
what this is.
Yes, that's me. Insecure.
2010 state bowling, top 5 finalists, semifinals.
All right. What are you driving at, if I may?
No, I'm just curious. Like, does it have to be this outright joy that when you win something, when you have expectations? They were the 1 seed. They're playing an 8 seed. He has been beaten down by media people and everybody else as boring and everything else. So this idea that people don't like the way he celebrated, tough blank.
Okay.
Like I don't
All
know.
right.
It's your championship. And what I was asking you was, if you did that, it's your championship. You get to celebrate how you want to. You don't have to fall into a box on how you celebrate.
Yeah,
That's
look,
all.
first of all, I don't know who it is that you are perturbed with in their opinions of Jokic, but I'm not that guy. I like him. This is the first extended time that I've spent watching him, okay? Because he reached the conference finals, which I watched, and the finals, which I watched. It helps that I now have a basketball player in my family who wants to watch basketball with me. So I'm watching it more. So I was not exposed. I had a pretty good idea of what his game looked like. I did view it, quite frankly, without your help, as Tausch-like, because big guy, nimble feet, tough to stop, which is what your MO was in high school, and which is what got you to Wisconsin. So, all that said, I'm not clear. Like, if you want to go after Josh, text him. If you want to go after Lisa Salters or someone else, go ahead. But I'm not that guy. Like, I brought up last week, is he better than Giannis? In a rare instance of me bringing up a topic on this show, I am pro Jokic.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Glad we're on the same page. You know where else we're on the same page? Gina Della. She is the Jokic of windows.
Oh, champion window, champion of everything. And you know what? The beautiful part is Joker probably needed to get a coffee this morning. Had a couple beers. Probably he's got to stick around a couple days longer than he wants. So he probably wants a coffee. And you know what? Pella Windows and Doors, they are like your own personal barista for windows and doors. Pella's design options, they're virtually limitless. Even more customizable than your cup of coffee. They're wood, windows, and patio doors. They can be painted. They can be stained or left bare to complement your home's unique decor. And they stand the test of time. That's why Pella confidently offers the best wood warranty in the industry. Bundle up and save when you customize your order by August 31st. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
The Packers kick off their mini camp today. It would appear that we will be inside the Hudson Center. I don't know. Do you ever have this issue? I feel like I'm becoming my parents or grandparents because I walked outside today and said, boy, we really needed this rain. And that feels like an old person thing to say to me. But I'm really happy. You know, my lawn is greening up. But it does mean that the minicamp practice is almost certainly going to be inside the Hudson Center. I'll be there later today. Matt LaFleur is scheduled to speak to reporters at Lambeau at 10:30. We will bring you any of those highlights. I will not be asking him any questions today, which should make the press conference go faster. But we will talk about what minicamp storylines there are to keep an eye on next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking. By you. Donate at V.org. Because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
When you're injured, call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 30 years and proudly partnering with Wilde and Tausch. Miss any of the show? Find it with Wisconsin On Demand. Presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Welcome to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. May I take your order?
Yeah, I'd like 9 windows, please. I'm hoping they'll match my home.
Have it your way.
Excuse me? We're talking about windows, right?
Yes. Pella's design options are virtually limitless, even more customized than your coffee.
So you're like my personal barista for windows and doors.
Exactly. And if you customize your order by August 31st, you can bundle and save big.
Good deal.
Get started today at PellaWI.com.
The club at Lac La Belle is the birthplace of golf in Wisconsin, with a rich history you will feel once you arrive. Experience a round at the club at Lac La Belle. The redesigned course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. This is a golf destination that you will want to play over and over again, and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I just wanna be someone. I just wanna be someone. Dive and disappear without
Tausch, I mentioned your name yesterday in reference to how different off-season programs are from when you played, and it's not like you played that long ago. You're not like from the Lombardi era. But I was saying,
loved the Lombardi era. I was built for the Lombardi era.
You think so?
Yeah, I like punishment. Like, I'm a little bit of a masochist by nature. I like the idea of grinding. Like, I am always at my best when I'm grinding. Doesn't matter, except on the dance floor. It doesn't matter if it's pickleball. This job I have, Lord knows I have to grind with this. I just am built for grinding. I'm built for it.
You are built different. But you ground during your playing career in the offseason, because back then, voluntary in name only for the offseason program, especially for a guy like you who had to earn every opportunity he got, right? But even the most important players, and early in your career, you were trying to prove yourself, but back then, you had to be there. Like, it was more than just frowned upon if you no-showed for voluntary workouts, even though they were voluntary. And so I was thinking about this because today is the first of two practices. We're not even trying to trick players into the surprise team bonding event, which I also referenced you because...
Yeah, one of my favorites was we went to a local cinema one time, and they banned bags during that whole thing. It was we'd have 2 days of practice, and then it was we're going to a movie. And the local cinema banned bags to stop people from bringing in their own food, because Cliffy and everybody would always try to bring in food. But don't worry, Cliffy had a few Twix up his sleeve. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Dude, yeah.
He had a few Twix.
The lead in.
Because Jason, instead of saying tricks, he had candy bars. Up his sleeve.
Thanks for explaining that.
Local cinema. We went to the local cinema.
And
we actually did do that one year. So
that was the best lead-in you've ever had for a pun of the day.
Thanks.
That is an A+.
Yeah, I would agree, except for one small point. It was pretty clear almost immediately that you were going to the pun calendar. Like, even without the video.
Well, because you're on video.
The feeling
people just listening, they didn't know that.
I didn't feel it without looking. I wasn't looking.
As soon as he
know.
said the word cinema, I knew he was reading it. But he's a grinder.
I say cinema.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Did you go to the cinema to see
Hey,
Air?
do you think it's
or
fair?
Or did you wait till
because
it was streaming?
You love saying theater.
So yesterday, yeah, I do say theater. That's true. Yesterday, Eleanor had kind of a day. She didn't have a ton of stuff on her calendar, so she's chilling, and she's not doing anything.
Her 9-year-old date planner.
She's watching her little YouTube deal and everything else, and it just rubs me the wrong way when they're just sitting around YouTubing. And she tells me, "Hey, I want to be an actress. I'm studying movies." And I'm kind of thinking that's a really good answer. Now get your butt down, go get your butt outside, do something. But what's my pushback to her on that?
That's what I always
told
my
love
parents.
Theater.
When I was watching sports, instead of doing homework, or while I was doing homework, I'd say I'm studying broadcasting. I want to, become an announcer. I'm studying the craft. And they said, do your math.
Imagine where you'd be if they'd have just let you study your craft.
Really.
It was a really good comeback by her, and I didn't have a ton of answers back to her.
How do you feel about her becoming an actress?
I'd be fine with it. She has got that. She's a theatrical cat. Like I think that's the road she's going to go down. I don't know if she'll be an actress, gymnast. She loves performing. And I don't think that's going to change.
So she has some acting experience. Like she's at an age where, like, if it's something she's serious about, are you going to start taking her on, like, casting calls and auditions to act?
Yeah, I could be a good stage dad.
I think you'd be an outstanding stage dad. I think people would love old T standing there in the hallway with 42 other people who are auditioning, and you're there. You're kind of the life of the party while all the moms are with their kids. I like this vision. I'm excited for Eleanor.
Why do you think it's going to be all moms with their kids?
I think generally speaking, when people become actors and actresses, their moms take them. Yeah.
Are you going to get jealous if Eleanor gets all the attention and she's getting these big roles, and you've got your?
She's the next in the title tone.
You've got your 60-yard line deal.
Do you think
that's all?
You can't be jealous of your kids.
Sure, you can.
That might be the dumbest. No, if you don't have your kids, you could be jealous of a lot of people. How on earth could you ever be jealous of your kids?
You think Del Curry is jealous of Steph?
No.
100%
if he is, he's a lunatic.
He is.
No, he is not. You want your kids to always be greater than you. Not interested. I want both my kids to be monster successes more than whatever I was. No, they're not even a question. No. If my kid, you're telling me Joey Porter. You're telling me Joey Porter is thinking to himself, I hope my kid isn't near as good as me? What kind of lunatic are you, Jesse?
Jesse,
Joey
are your
Porter,
parents jealous of you?
I don't think so, but I guess I don't know for sure. I'm not saying that you are upset that your kid is better than you at something. I'm saying that you just get jealous that they are attaining levels of success that you wish that you would have at some point. I think it's okay.
If anything, it's the opposite.
God, I hope they're worse off than I am. What kind of?
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm not going to get into. I was going to say something personal to you. I'm not doing that. No, Jesse. To answer your question very bluntly, you cannot be jealous of your kids. You can't.
You're more likely to live vicariously
like Jason,
through them.
If Sydney becomes a 4-time sports writer of the year, you're not going to be mad about that.
No, I don't think Jesse. Someday, Jesse and Becca will have little Nelson Marcheski, whatever they are, and he will understand. But he's not there yet. That's all. You just don't. I don't think you get it.
You can be both proud of their achievements and a little jealous that you weren't able to do it yourself.
We're going to move on. This has been one of the greatest discussions of minicamp storylines in the history of Wilde and Tausch. I'm sorry, there's no conversational segue. Let's just shift gears. We will talk about the Packers minicamp, where I'm sure Matt LaFleur's father is incredibly jealous that his son's career has gone farther in coaching than his did.
Yeah.
Now his brother, that's another story. That's a different conversation.
Just like it's a different conversation about your next renovation project if you make the mistake of going with someone other than Kohler Services for your bathroom, because then you are going to be jealous of the people who were smart enough to go with them.
I'm not going to lie to you. I've talked a lot about Kohler Services, and I was just talking. We went on a trip, and I went in this steam shower. I'm getting my friends at Kohler Services out to the house. We need a steam shower. It is a game changer. You know what? If you guys are all looking for a new shower, treat yourself this summer. Kohler Services is a local end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service and is brought to you by Kohler, a family-owned business in Wisconsin for 150 years. You think premium, quality, luxury brand, you think Kohler. And Kohler is the only manufacturer offering fast, professional installation and care for life. You can start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. I'm going to jump on right now. I'm going to go to kswisconsin.com. That's kswisconsin.com to request your free quote. I'm going to tell them that I sent myself over. Again, that's kswisconsin.com. What? That's what I'm going to do.
I told myself that I need a steam shower from Kohler Services.
Have you used a steam shower? You put like the eucalyptus leaves and you get all that like in, it cleans you out, it gets you all fresh.
I don't know what that sound effect was.
It opens up your pores and no, you know how, especially with allergies and everything, you get a little, you get in that steam shower and stuff just gets sucked out. Yeah, sucked out.
Thank you for the imagery.
Sounds wonderful, actually.
Packers kickoff minicamp today. We'll talk about it next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Toscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. Well, it's always a good time to get that special someone in your life a beautiful gift. And when I'm in need of a new piece of jewelry, Chalmers Jewelers is my go-to place. Whether I want a timeless classic or a one-of-a-kind piece, Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison has just what I'm looking for. My life has been made so much easier thanks to the great team over at Chalmers Jewelers, and is the reason I keep going back for more. Visit chalmersjewelers.com to find your perfect new piece of jewelry today.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Are we saying that Daniel Jones and Dak Prescott are the same thing pretty much?
I'd probably say they're probably close to being even because they both can run. They both can run. Dak Prescott has done a little bit more because he's been in the league longer.
Yeah.
And he's been a starter. So I would probably say close to the same.
I think Dak is better.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Just look at them. State-of-the-art Honda hybrids, making ecological art out of any conditions they encounter. Rugged, dependable, stylish performance with fuel efficiency and low emissions that'll make a tree hugger blush. What's this phenomenon you're witnessing? It's the future, today. Electrified driving built for Wisconsin. Get your Honda hybrid now at your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Cedar Ridge Distillery continues to make a home right here in Wisconsin. The original 86 bourbon is the best-selling bourbon in Iowa for 3 straight years, and you have the opportunity to get that here in Wisconsin. Also, the quintessential, the best American single malt, voted by John Barleycorn Awards, and Cedar Ridge manages every step of the production from grain to glass. Make sure you pick up the Scalzo and Bruss Private Barrel of bourbon and rye whiskeys, available at Discount Liquor at 51st in Oklahoma or Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Don't miss your chance to see the legends of golf when they come to Central Wisconsin this summer. Watch your favorite players like Steve Stricker, Ernie Els, Jerry Kelly, Padraig Harrington, and more up close as they battle for the 43rd U.S. Senior Open Championship at Century World in Stevens Point. June 27th through July 2nd. Buy your daily, weekly, or premium tickets now at ussenioropen.com. That's ussenioropen.com.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to madisonmoneyguy.com.
Show me the love.
Jordan Love is in a position where the NFC, it is wide open. He is better than anyone expects. He can be a Pro Bowl quarterback.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
You're over my head, I'm out of my mind, thinking I was cool in the wrong time, one of a kind, living in a world gone plastic, baby you're so classic, baby you're so classic, baby you're so classic, oh, a dozen roses, anything for you to notice, all the way to serenade you, doing it's not style. I'ma pick you up in a Cadillac like a gentleman.
Packers practicing today at 12:10, the first of 2 minicamp practices, followed by a team bonding excursion that will be closed to the media. The minicamp is also closed to fans, Tausch. So
That's
the
dumb.
2 practices, which used to be open
Is
to
it their
fans.
What is it there? Are they scared of criticism of their quarterback, or why are they not opening minicamp?
Yeah, it's a good question.
That's the only reason, right? Would you ask somebody?
Well, I'm going to be here with you at 10:30.
No, I mean, but we've had this discussion the last 2 weeks. Has anyone asked that question?
I did ask someone in a advisory role with the organization, and they said they didn't know, which I'm not sure. I'm 100% sure that's true.
Well, who would know?
This would be someone that you would think would know.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why
it
it's
makes
not
no
open.
sense for a team that. Listen, the Packer organization does a ton of things right. They know how to make money.
Oh yeah.
They are, they're good to their fans. I think they give fans a bunch. They take great care of their players. Their current players, they take a great job. They do a great job of. I don't know what their explanation could be. Hey, it's raining today. They should have said, hey, look at the forecast. We're going to open it up on Tuesday because it's going to be a monster thunderstorm. That's the only day we could do it.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
It's not costing a ton of security to do this. Fans want to be out there and see what is going on. This is a new era of football. Mm-hmm. And to not open it up is – it makes no sense other than I am scared of what you're going to see. I can't come up with – what other good explanations can somebody come up with?
Yeah, I don't know. I understand that the inclination throughout the league, not just the Packers, is from a media perspective, if you tell me that I only have to have 1 out of every 3 OTA practices open to reporters, I'm going to only have 1 out of 3 open to reporters, right?
That's
Do
fine.
the bare minimum. Totally get that. Now, I've made my case. I think it's better for everybody that we get to see all 9, but I'm not going to win that argument, so there's no point in trying. From the fan perspective, that's a horse of a different color. And one of my pet peeves about the Packers organization is that we're owned by the fans, we're part of the community, we don't have a deep-pocketed owner, is a great narrative, and it's not untrue. I'm not saying that it's false or it's fake or it's phony. It's not. It's not. But they do trot it out when it suits them, and there are other times where if you truly are owned by the fans, owned by the community, you're happy to take their money when they come through on a Hall of Fame tour or on a tour of the stadium.
Today you could make a bunch more money.
Correct, because people would finish practice and go on a tour.
Go over and eat at the grill and get a Slurpee and get a jersey. By the way, a lot of new players, a lot of new jerseys that need to be sold. I can't come up with a good explanation other than I don't have a good explanation.
No, I think them being nervous about Jordan Love as the starter as opposed to he's taking the 1 reps because Rodgers isn't here is different than he's taking the 1 reps because he's the starting quarterback now. Because if he struggles in an open to the public practice a year ago, it's like, well, he's making progress, but Rodgers is the starter. He's just not here because he's being a dink about it, which, by the way, I don't know if anybody else saw him talking about the OTAs, how he attended all 10 of them for the Jets and all of his different stuff, and the stuff he's saying about it. I swear to God, he is that friend of yours who can never say he's wrong, but instead he shows that he was wrong with his behavior, but you never get the apology. We all have that friend who can't say I'm sorry or I was wrong, but they alter their behavior, which tells you they recognize they were wrong. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he was wrong.
Yeah, but he's never said he was wrong.
Yeah, he knows he was wrong.
Right.
He knows.
So it's different if the practice is open and Jordan Love is – I've seen Jordan Love during an off-season program be amazing in one practice and awful in the next.
So I agree with your assessment, but I'm telling you, as a
Big Boy
Green Bay
League
Packer fan, if that is really why you're not opening up any practices to your fans.
No one has told me that, though. Let me be clear. I don't know that for certain. It's my theory.
I'm legitimately – I know. Legitimately, I'm trying to find out what would be the explanation for not opening it up. 1. Not saying you don't have to open up 5 practices. You're not going to give us 1 glimpse into this new exciting team everybody's excited about? Jesse, can you come up? Can anybody put it up on a poll or on a fill in the blank? What is the reason that we're not having 1 open OTA, IPW, or minicamp? What is the reason?
Have they ever done it before?
Yes.
Okay.
It's almost always open for minicamp.
We had every practice was open. Every minicamp practice was open unless it rained. Fans were out there, and we get 500 to 1,000 people. There was no pro shop. Like, the pro shop was the size, it was a little living room back in 2000.
And there would be days when it would rain, and it was supposed to be open, and they would open this garage door, and they would allow certain people to come in, and then they would rotate them out. So the people who came to practice expecting to see it, and it rained, got to come into the Hudson Center and watch portions of it before they rotated out.
Outside of COVID, this is the first time I can recall that they have been basically said, nah, it's not even said anything about it. It's been like nothing. It has to be there. It makes no sense because the Green Bay Packers are smart and they know how to make a ton. They want to make money. You build all this stuff to get people to come. Concert series and you got a football field people run. You got a sledding hill. Like, I can't fathom why they wouldn't want people up there. That makes no sense to anybody. Somebody give me a good answer. I am all ears. If you can give me one, I'll say, oh, that makes sense. I understand why they didn't open it up.
Yeah,
I haven't heard anybody, and I've been on this train for 2 weeks because I'm dumbfounded that it's going on.
Yeah, I am looking
Jason,
at...
every team has open mini camps.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures from last year's minicamp on Madison.com because, remember, Aaron Rodgers did not come to anything except those 2 practices. There are fans in the background of just about every photo. So they definitely were in last year. They definitely were for the minicamp last year. And my recollection is every year.
So if you do deductive reasoning, the only reason that they don't want to showcase their new quarterback?
Yeah, I don't want to say that as if I know it. I'm saying I don't understand.
What's the other reason? It's the only difference.
Yeah, no. Again, I just want to make sure that it's clear.
Let me tell you something. Don't tell me that they're scheming for the Bears, because that's bunk. Okay, then go into Hudson Center. They ain't scheming all practice for the Bears.
Right, and they can do the stuff
not giving away
before they
trade
come
secrets.
outside. Yes.
Yeah, there is something fishy about this whole deal. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the fact that Packer fans clamor to get up there. They want to be involved. You don't have as many training camp practices.
No, you don't.
Why on earth are we not having one open OTA? I want to be proven wrong. I want to understand why.
If you'd like to advance your own theory, text us at 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776.
Do you find this odd, Will?
3776.
Do you find this odd?
No, because I think I'm right about our theory. I don't. Like, this is... I don't think what they're doing is the right thing, but I think I know why they're doing it.
So I don't mind when it's rookie mini camp, when all the rookies come in and you go in the Hudson.
Totally agree.
Totally understand.
I don't even mind getting kicked out.
You want to give these guys a chance to get comfortable, but if you think that this is protecting your players, it's not. By the way, players want that energy in OTAs. They don't want to be in a sterile environment. Veterans for sure don't. This is not something stinks here. I don't like it one bit. I think I made myself clear.
You did. And I'd be curious, if you're a Packers fan and you aren't, living in Texas or California or around the world, since everyone listens to us.
Connecticut.
We're huge in Connecticut, almost as big as we are in West Bend.
We got any Vermontans? I want to see somebody from Vermont text in.
Tausch's new favorite game. Make a request for a Wilde and Tausch listener from a picked at random city or state and have you check in on the program. 844-770-3776. To your point, the idea that you can increase your Hall of Fame visits, stadium tours, 1919 kitchen and tap meals purchased, pro shop shopping by having a practice open.
They got the golf shack over there. They got all these places. Hinterland. You got all these places there that they want people in. And then all of a sudden now you don't. You don't think that stinks? Something stinky?
Yeah, I feel like I need one of those steam showers to clear my sinuses now. I would say this.
All right, now I know I'm right. Coos, the mayor of Green Bay.
Not really.
Mini camp practice should be open to the fans. Thank you. Yes. What are we doing?
Yeah, again, it was open last year. It's not open this year. I know it's raining today, so we would have gotten moved inside anyway, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
844-770-3776.
Is it a new cut of grass?
No, it's not the grass. They've been practicing on the same grass.
Are there bleachers up? Are there bleachers up?
Yes, there are permanent bleachers
Didn't they
at
build a new
Rainichke Field.
cathedral? I mean,
yeah.
They built that nice cathedral around for fans to sit.
Yeah, those are permanent. Yeah,
Something stinks. Something stinks.
844-770-3776. I have not been able to keep up with the text that Jesse has been flashing on the video feed.
Jesse, put up an open-ended question. Why on earth are Packer minicamp practices not open to the public? Does anyone have a good explanation?
We will see what some of your responses already have been, and we'll talk more about this. So at some point, we will get to the storylines of minicamp.
This, to be honest with you,
this is an interesting
storyline. This to me is the most interesting storyline of the whole thing.
Yep,
what are we doing?
Owned by the fans, owned by the community. Practices are closed.
Open up minicamp practices.
Tear down that wall, Mr. Murphy. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
A year from now, the U.S. Open will return to Pinehurst Resort and Donald Ross's masterpiece, Pinehurst No. 2. Named by the USGA as the U.S. Open's first anchor site, Pinehurst is home to 9 championship golf courses, the Cradle Short Course, and 4 historic hotels. Before the game's best players are faced with the famed turtleback greens that Ross nestled into the sandhills of North Carolina, you can test your game against one of the world's best courses at Pinehurst. It is someone's U.S. Open every day. Visit pinehurst.com now to plan your stay.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. A reigning freshman phenom for the Wisconsin basketball team will represent his country later this week in California. Connor Sejan, who averaged over 11 points per game in his freshman campaign for the Badgers, will represent the Armenian national team during the Armenian Basketball Classic against France on June 16th at Cal State Northridge in California. Sejan will make his debut for Armenia against the 5th-ranked globally France team in back-to-back nights at the Armenian Basketball Classic in California.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Show your excitement for the Brew Crew's return with Brewers Checking from Associated Bank. You'll get a one-of-a-kind Brewers Debit MasterCard, 10% off at the team store, and VIP treatment with Express Check-In through the Associated Bank gate. And for the ultimate all-inclusive game day experience for your crew, check out the Associated Bank Power Alley Group Space. Featuring a full buffet and private bar, the Power Alley overlooks left center field. And who knows, the next Brewers home run could be headed your way. Learn more today at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
This summer is packed. ESPN Madison's Packed Summer Series kicks off with the return of Packed Lunch with Gabe Neitzel. Tune into ESPN Madison social channels every day from June 12th through 16th for exclusive green and gold content. It's Packed Lunch with Gabe Neitzel all week long starting at noon on ESPN Madison social channels.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie, Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Win a round of golf for 2 at the Bridges or the Meadows at 6 Mile Creek from Guinness. Stop by for a pint at LJ Sports Tavern, Danny's Pub, Echo Tap, and Nitty Gritty downtown and scan the QR code to enter. Show me your Guinness, Wisconsin.
Welcome to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. May I take your order?
Yeah, I'd like 9 windows, please. I'm hoping they'll match my home.
Have it your way.
Excuse me? We're talking about windows, right?
Yes. Pella's design options are virtually limitless, even more customized than your coffee.
So you're like my personal barista for windows and doors.
Exactly. And if you customize your order by August 31st, you can bundle and save big.
Good deal.
Get started today at PellaWI.com.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Like, share, and follow ESPN Madison everywhere. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for more great content from ESPN Madison. This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
We don't play enough REM on this. We need more REO and more REM. DJ Jazzy Jelly. Appreciate this one. I like it.
Got some big things in the works come training camp.
Ooh. It's my SGT face. I don't even know what that stands for, but I think the T is T's, maybe. Jesse, what has been coming in on the text portion of the talk and text line on this 844-770-3776? Because I have to be honest, if I was listening to this show as a fan, I'd have a hard time coming up with an explanation as to why, other than they don't want to expose Jordan Love to fans who are able to watch or fans that are able to take video and post them, like the Packers posting slow motion on target lasers against air to Luke Musgrave. I don't want to say propaganda. That would be strong.
What is Brian Gutekunst's answer to this question?
I don't know. I haven't asked him.
What about Matt LaFleur? We don't want our fans to. We don't want our fans to see this new team. We don't want. We want to hold out until training camp. Is that the answer?
It's hard for me to see. I mean, obviously they would never say that. It's hard for me to see another reason why, though. And
they don't have a good answer.
I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt here, right?
No, there's no good answer. There's not.
Jesse, have we gotten any good answers via the text portion of the talk and text line?
We have. Sorry, I was just taking a call there real quick. Let's go. Here's Terry in New London. This kind of echoes what a lot of people are saying. Because the fans will keep coming as long as they don't see Jordan Love failing.
No, so here's the deal. The fans are. This is why Green Bay's special. The fans are going to keep coming regardless.
Agreed.
How many, Jason, you lived in the 70s and 80s. How many times was Lambeau not full? Never?
I believe there were a few times where it wasn't completely full in the 70s and 80s, but largely, even when they were bad,
those days are over.
The stadium was full, and now they've got 100,000 people on the waiting list, yes. So it's always going to be full.
I think that is...
polluted mindset is what this is.
This, to me, bothers me because... Jason, you mentioned it about the fan experience and everything else. You've done all this stuff to make the entire, which one of the rookies was it, Van Ness that called it Lambeau Land? The entire operation.
I think it was the new tight end from
Musgrave or Kraft.
Tucker Kraft.
Somebody said it.
South Dakota. Yeah.
Do you hear people say, don't come to South Dakota, we're closed? Does that tourism board do that?
Wait, we don't want you to come to the archaeological dig and be disappointed because there's no dinosaurs in it.
We don't want anybody coming up to Lambeau Land. We don't want anybody coming to watch. It goes against every business principle you have. And, again, I'm giving monster kudos to Mark Murphy for what he's done up there. Whatever is going on here is ridiculous. Get up there and watch. Open it up. You still have time. Open it today.
We got to get the Chippewa
Let it rain. Let it rain and say that's the reason. I don't like this one bit. I don't.
You see this text from Jeff and Monroe on the video stream. As a stockholder who receives only intangible benefits, I am appalled by minicamp not being open to the public. Jason, tell Murphy that the next time he tries to avoid you.
I'm shocked. Jeff is appalled. I'm shocked that it's not.
Shocked and
like,
appalled.
I honestly was thinking, okay, OTAs, you didn't have it open. I don't agree with that either. And then I just assumed you had 2 days. The fact that you're cloaking everything in secrecy and not letting your fans come watch their football team.
They are the owners.
It is incredibly astonishing, and it stinks. I don't know if I've said that before, but it is a fish with its head off in a lot of heat. That's what is going on right now.
On the bright side, I just got an email from Fleet Farm, and your Hey Dude shoes are on sale this week. So that just popped into my inbox. Just a heads up.
All right.
Jesse, do you have any other texts that have gotten your attention before we – because, I don't expect a lot of phone calls on this, quite frankly, because – no one has a good theory on it.
There's nothing.
There's
Nobody has
no
it.
other explanation for it. Because it's not,
You know who
we've
would
never
love it?
done it before, right? Because that's one thing that people love to use. Well, we've never done it that way before, so why would we start? This is the
they
opposite.
never built a Lambeau Land either.
We've always done it this way, and now we're not. Right? 20 and 21, COVID, totally get it.
Well, there is one more here that we haven't considered.
I hope somebody gives us a good point that we could say, yep.
From a 920, they're probably not wanting to allocate resources to opening things up to fans more often. You need more workers. You need more maintenance staff. Like if you're penny pinching a little bit.
That's from my buddy Zim, and I love that he used in resources $ for the S's, which is very clever.
It always sucks when you have too many people coming in and eating, and you're spending too much money. You don't have enough people. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
And again, they have.
I think Zim was saying it in jest. Right?
I believe he was. Yes. I would say this: they have plenty of money. Right? We're looking for new projects. I would assume that they have so much money that the next thing they're going to do is tear down the Hudson Center and put up a new one.
Yes, I think that's a fair assessment.
So I don't think having a few more folks working the tours and working, wearing the red vests, working, air quotes, security at practice is that big of a hardship on the bottom line. So, again, the search for an answer, I think when you can't find the answer, it means you've already got the answer. And, again, Jordan Love is going to have growing pains, and they're going to occur in training camp. And I unless there's something that they have planned for training camp that I don't know about, those practices are going to be open. And family night is going to be open. You're going to sell tickets to that. So if he has his struggles, people are going to see them. So I don't understand it, because who doesn't expect Jordan Love to have struggles during this time? He is a first-time starter. It is part of the process.
Hey, nobody cares at this point anyway.
No.
People are more suspicious of that with the way you're handling it than if you're not. You know what people would do? They would be clamoring. They would get to meet the new players. They'd get to root for it when the the ball gets dumped in that bucket. It is such a no-lose deal, and the fact that they're not doing it is just dumbfounding to me.
You can keep those text messages coming. Good luck to you if you can come up with another reason. I think I saw one from Mike in Texas that I liked earlier. We'll circle back to those as we kick off the 10 o'clock hour, which begins in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison, and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Milwaukee Brewers, after getting swept by the hapless Oakland Athletics over the weekend at AmFam Field, back in action on the road tonight, visiting the Minnesota Twins. Quick 2-game series in the Twin Cities. First pitch tonight set for 6:40. Corbin Burns on the mound for Milwaukee. Sophia Minute of Bally Sports Wisconsin scheduled to appear at 11:15 coming up on Wilde and Tausch, talking all things Brewers, including some of the big wins from the week before and then the disappointment over the weekend facing the Oakland A's and getting swept. Sophia Minute scheduled to appear in an hour and 15 minutes right here on Wilde and Tausch. Meanwhile, football mandatory minicamp getting underway today for the Packers up in Titletown. ESPN Packers reporter Rob Domofsky, part of the ESPN NFL Nation, weighs in with what he's most looking forward to seeing for the Packers up at minicamp. Check that out over at ESPNWisconsin.com. Wilde and Tausch continues right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
I've been grinding so long, been trying it for years. And I got nothing to show, just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. We're getting a lot of facetious responses now. Snarky.
Yeah, that's fun. I like snarky.
And again, I don't want to speak for my guy Zim. Yes, it does require extra staff, extra security to have an open practice. It does. We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company now, though, right? I mean, the Packers, with their $700-some million in their reserve fund, with their bottom line just bulging, they have enough to have some of the 60-year-old folks that walk around in the red vests be there today. They do. So I don't think that's it. The Packer ranter, though, chiming in. I hate working with someone or a few hundred someone's looking over my shoulder. Yeah, that's true. That's part of the gig. He's being facetious. But that is part of the gig.
Players, I get it. Oh, I was confused.
Glad we can clear that up. Yeah. By the way, I had a bit of a confusing moment. Do you know who Matt Hamilton is?
Talking about the fourth, the guy that took fourth at the Olympics last
But he
year?
took first in the BMW charity pro-am over the weekend.
Yeah.
Him and Stricker, what a weekend.
No, apparently this is a fellow that works for FanDuel, but he was going to be appearing on Kay Adams. We like Kay Adams around here, right? We were a fan of her work on NFL Network, etc. She has a show, but she tweeted out that she's having Matt Hamilton on, and I was very excited because we love our Matt Hamilton a lot. But it's some other guy with the same name. So, never mind. Forget that. Tausch, I wanted to get to this because usually the double dip goes the other way. Usually we have, I don't know, say Lynn Dickey and Don Mikowski on, and then it becomes a story in the State Journal. This time it goes the other direction. So we've talked a little bit about A.J. Dillon's season last year and how Ben Simmons, about a month ago, was fairly candid about how A.J. Dillon did not meet the expectations that he nor the coaching staff had. And I was hoping, and you know this about how I do this job, I don't want to write stories about guys without talking to them. So it didn't matter to me that Ben Simmons had said what he did, which was critical. There's no doubt about it. We talked about it on the show, but I wanted to make sure that I waited to tell the story until I got to talk to A.J. Dillon. And I got to do that at last week's final open OTA practice. And Jesse has that exchange. I know that my iPhone audio quality, Jesse, is not as good as when you are holding a microphone inches away from an interviewee's face on Bullstream TV.
This one's better than usual, though, I will say. This one sounds pretty good.
So it's just Wes Hodkiewicz of Packers.com, myself, and AJ, and it was really interesting to hear him explain how he really allowed his, for lack of a better term, anxiety about the future impact his performance. Here is some of our conversation from last week.
My girls have now experienced what you're like, so I haven't come across a guy that came in the way you have and been the guy you are. You married a Green Bay girl, you're Mr. Door County. This is a big year for you on the field. Like, I'm assuming that you would like to stay here, given how beloved you are. But how do you kind of approach this year? You don't seem like I'm going to put the weight of the world on my shoulders guy, but it is an important year for you to have the production you'd also like. So what's your kind of approach?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, honestly, you know, I've never been the weight on the shoulders guy, like you said, but last year I think I was almost, you know, playing tight because I was thinking about, I want to put myself in the best position to get a contract, and my wife was pregnant and first time parent. I'm like, all right, well, now I want to make sure we're stable, we got a place to live and things like that. And, you know, I went in this offseason, I mean, it wasn't a bad year or anything like that, but it wasn't the year I was hoping for last year. And so, you know, obviously there's things I need to work on, but, you know, the biggest thing for me was just the mentality. And the mentality of just, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to play free. I love Green Bay. Green Bay knows that. I love the Packers. The Packers know that. I'd play here until I can't run anymore, and I'll pick up long snap or whatever it is when I start slowing down. But, you know, there's only so much I can control, and my biggest thing is having the mindset that I'm going to come in here and I'm going to not be a distraction. I'm going to be a good leader, be a resource to the guys who need it, keep doing my thing, and then when it comes time to go play ball, I'm going to go out there and play free. I'm going to have fun how I used to back in college, high school, and then however that happens, whether it's 1,000 yards, 2,000 yards, 100 yards, so be it. I'm going to have fun, enjoy all the time I have here, and hopefully, you know, we're back here next year.
So how did that tightness manifest itself last year?
Yeah, I think it was just natural, kind of human nature, realizing, all right, well, contract year's coming up, you start seeing guys, the more years you're around, you start seeing guys leave and come in. You start to understand the nature of the sport. You understand the nature of the running back position. And I'm like, and then obviously, like, my wife getting pregnant and us having a baby on the way, it's like, all right, well, I really want to make sure, like, I'm doing everything I can. So when you start to approach playing football like that and you start thinking, something Coach Sermon says, our running back coach, he always says, if you think, you stink. And so I'm out there, I'm like, all right, well, I want to run this outside zone the best I can because this. It should just be, I want to run this outside zone the best I can, not because this would be great and then that'll put me in the best position for next year. And so, you know, I think it's just playing free and just having fun and playing with that passion, the love for the game, and, you know, it'll all take care of itself. And like I always say, Green Bay is home for us, and whether football is here or somewhere else, we'll be back here eventually. But obviously, we'd always want to be in the green and gold.
All right, so Tausch, other than my right interjections.
Yeah, you were really on brand there. Raising your voice and lowering your voice and then encouraging, and that was a classic Wilde. That was a lot of Wildeisms in one.
Except for the fact that my second question was so short.
A very short question.
I feel like he jumped in to kind of cut you off.
Did you catch that AJ started talking like Jason at one point, where he's like, "Yeah, we got my running backs coach and Yeah, the pressure that's on you. Like, he did that about 2 minutes in there.
My wife is having a baby.
Yeah. I got a contract here. My
Wanna
wife's
stay
having a baby.
focused.
Team wasn't very good.
I didn't catch that part, but again, Wilde, that sums up Wilde to a T. And I think why you're good at your job is because you do get guys to do that. And you get people to say and open up, and that is your job to do and to give it to the fans. And the fact that A.J. Dillon is open enough, he could have easily just said, no, things just – I had an ankle. He could have went through a whole list of things.
I had an ankle. It didn't go the way I wanted.
Yeah, he being as honest with you is what makes him endearing to his fans. Because he has opened himself up and ingratiated himself to Packer and Wisconsin sports fans because he wants to be here. We are so, I guess, that inferiority complex that we have as Wisconsin sports fans, which we do. There's no more arguing that.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that somebody actually likes us and wants to be here, I think, has really made him a lovable guy, and everybody's rooting for him to be great. And he feels all of those expectations. And everybody's life changes when you get married and you start planning and having a family. That added pressure, for me, it always comes to, you talk about the weather. When you start changing your mindset, it all changes with kids. Because it's not selfish old boy now. It's, I got my kids. We have all this stuff. Flying, all of those things that you never ever thought of before, that adds to it. And the fact that he acknowledges that tells you about the human psychology of how his thought process was. And like Dick Bennett said, the more you want something or the more you love something, you need to hold on loosely and not squeeze it. And obviously, last year he was squeezing it and trying to get every last ounce out of it. And anytime you're thinking or pressing, you're never going to get the maximum out of yourself. And it's great that he acknowledged that. And now hopefully he has the tools in his tool chest to work through and not let those mental hurdles slow him down in what is his contract year, because there's no doubt he is chomping to finish his career in Green Bay and make a big mark with Green Bay and not have to uproot his family and move and bounce around year to year to try and finish off his NFL career.
In fairness, his numbers last season were not vastly different than they were in 2021. He had a couple fewer touchdown runs, but I think he ran for 803 yards in 21 and ran for 770 last year. But we always talk about expectations. We thought that 2021 was the breakthrough year, and here in 2022 he was going to be the bell cow, and Aaron Jones was going to be more complimentary. As it turned out, Aaron Jones had another 1,000-yard season. I believe that the Packers were expecting A.J. Dillon to have a big 2022 and that they were going to move on from Aaron Jones in 23.
I agree.
That A.J. Dillon was going to be the starter. He's the guy. They put their money into him, whatever running back money there would be, and Aaron Jones will be playing somewhere else this year. And instead, fortunately for them, Aaron Jones was willing to take a $5 million pay cut. They brought him back for less than they were supposed to pay him. And now we're kind of in a situation, even though Jones is technically under contract for next year, not at a $18 million cap hit he won't be, kind of like a couple of years ago when both Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones were free agents, impending free agents. They could end up remaking the running back's position completely, or maybe A.J. Dillon does have that kind of year and he's back. There's a lot of uncertainty there looking a year into the future.
Yeah, the way I see this going is I think A.J. Dillon, they know he wants to stay in Green Bay. I don't think his market, even if, let's say he has a 1,400-yard rushing season, are there going to be teams clamoring to bring him in on a big, lucrative deal? The answer is no. Dalvin Cook, Saquon Barkley, Jacobs, running backs at that age, I think he is going to be a part of a tandem backfield, and I think as long as he continues to be that physical downhill runner, he's going to be in Green Bay because he wants to be, and I think he'll end up taking a little bit less than if somebody else, because I just don't think there's going to be that monster contract that's going to be out there for him. And I think he will be happy to finish his career in Green Bay, and I think he'll have a good year this year. He is who he is. A.J. Dillon is a really good NFL running back. Doesn't have the elite speed. He's not super dynamic out of the backfield catching it, but I will say he is much better than I think everybody anticipated him being out of the backfield catching the football than he was when he was brought in, because he didn't get the opportunities at Boston College. So I think we all are rooting for him, and I think he will be a Green Bay Packer for the vast majority of his career. And I think, regardless if he ends up popping and having a big season or not.
Well, hopefully for his sake that he'll be able to tip back a Coors Light or two after the season and toast his contract extension and keeping him in Green Bay. If not, maybe he can head out to Golden, Colorado. Maybe they'll need a running back by then.
Oh, Golden, Colorado. That's where Coors Light is. Coors Light is also brewed with a 3-step cold process. Cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. So it is made to chill in the mountains. Make sure those mountains are blue. That's when you know those cold activated bottles and cans are chilled to perfection. That's why it is Coors Light. If I'm at a concert, if I'm golfing, if I'm needing to chill, Coors Light is in my hand. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Another thing that A.J. Dillon is one of Jordan Love's closest friends. He talked about his expectations and the development that Jordan Love has shown as a leader. We'll hear that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Huddle up for the Great Dane Huddle, live from the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Join me and former Badger and NFL punter Brad Dortman at the Great Dane in Fitchburg Tuesday night, 6 to 7 o'clock. So much to talk about. Mandatory minicamp up in Green Bay. The Big Ten schedule is out for the next couple of years. Join us 6 to 7 Tuesday night in Fitchburg.
The Great Dane Huddle, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
The Prairie Athletic Club offers more for your money than any other health club in the area. Train in CrossFit, Pilates, hot yoga, and over 150 group fitness classes organized per week. Or upgrade to the PAC's new Platinum membership for unlimited access to these sessions, along with training zone and boot camp classes. Then get outside at the Dolphins Cove Water Park and the Prairie Pines Golf Club in Sun Prairie. Call, stop by, or visit prairieathletic.com today. Prairie Athletic Club, family, fun, and community.
At Starion Bank, they pride themselves on being a super community bank. Small enough to show they care about you and the communities they serve, while being large enough to make big things happen. With 3 Madison area branches in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona, Starion Bank is here investing in your community while offering valuable personal and business banking services. Start your experience with Starion Bank today by going to starionbank.com. Member FDIC.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. North and South serves authentic wood-fired barbecue as well as savory seafood for both lunch and dinner. Whether it's North and South in DeForest, Verona, or the west side of Madison, you'll enjoy the best smart casual dining experience in the area. They also have takeout and catering options, so find your way over to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, the official barbecue place of Rutledge and Hamilton. They're online at eatnorthandsouth.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking. By you. Donate at V.org. Because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Hey, this is Craig Karmazin, founder of Good Karma Brands. Join Kyle Wallace and me every Sunday morning from 10 to noon for Sunday Karma here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
What if I'm far from home? Oh, brother, I will hear you call. What if I lose it all? Oh, sister, I will help you out. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do.
You got the Coos all riled up. Kyle Cousineau, not actually the mayor, just an honorary title. But I'm sure he played a vital role in the Packers and Green Bay getting the draft in 2025. He's talking to all kinds of people on the tweeter. General consensus is they don't want the public to see Jordan Love in case he has a rough practice or two.
I hope to God that's not.
Again, I cannot say that that's why. I don't understand why. I will say this. I would predict that this is a football decision. That this is the Goody LaFleur decision, not the Mark Murphy, hey, let's make a bunch of money by having a lot of people come to Titletown.
Who's in charge of all that?
I would assume Goody and LaFleur. Well, yeah, but I'm sure Mark Murphy
wanted fans. There'd be fans there. He'd say, you know what? Suck it up, Buttercup. If that is really the excuse,
I don't know that.
That is not good. And I hope to God that's not the excuse.
If that's...
we better not have people up at the draft. We better not let people up here because we might not get it right.
Well, they don't do a draft.
Bad pick.
Not to be whatever, but they don't do a draft party anymore. Ted Thompson once was booed at that by fans who didn't like the Jordan Love pick, which, oh, by the way, the Justin Harrell pick, which, oh, by the way, was probably the right call by them as fans. If there had been a draft party in 2020, I would have been fascinated to see what the reaction would have been to the Jordan Love pick. The 2005 draft, I don't think there was a whole lot of excitement about drafting a quarterback that year either. So they don't do a draft party anymore. They do a virtual one where they interview Tariq Carpenter about his switch from safety to inside linebacker. More pertinent to today, for those of us that are going to practice, will be how Jordan Love fares. Especially, and this was one of the storylines that I was going to talk about, the fact that Jair Alexander and Rasul Douglas are scheduled to appear today. And to me, that gives a much more challenging look to your first-year starting quarterback than Keandre Thomas and Corey Ballantyne and Shamar John Charles and Carrington Valentine. So if you're going against a defense that has those two and Keyshawn Nixon in the slot, It's going to be harder for your receivers to get open on time. It'll be interesting to see how Jordan Love handles that. A.J. Dillon is a Jordan Love believer. In fact, he's got a bit of a financial stake in Jordan Love's success because he's bought up a bunch of his football cards, which he's been getting autographed in segments throughout their time together. But he also is one of his best friends, and he has an interesting perspective on Jordan Love and his development. Here is another portion of our conversation from last week.
Obviously, before it was definite, there was the rumors, and then when the first days, everyone was like, "Oh, what do you think?" And I was like, he never said a word. He never came to practice and was like, "Damn, I should be there. This is awful." He always was, there, ready, prepared to be QB1 like anybody does as a RB2, whatever. Right. Ready for his shot. A couple of times he was called up and did well. And, now he has this opportunity as a friend, I'm rooting for him. Obviously the team is as well, but, it's really cool to see him, have this opportunity and, sky's the limit for him. Aside from a teammate, I'm a big fan of his. I want him to be great. I want him to go out there and, do everything he's ever dreamt of, and he can. He's been, a great leader for us throughout these OTAs. He's been here since April. Before we were even able to throw around the football, and we're just running through drills, and kind of even from there then to now, which seems kind of funny, a month and a half, his leadership has grown so much. From having never breaking down the team, after sprints because somebody else was always doing it, to now he's calling the shots, getting everybody going. Sometimes having to get somebody to kick up the ass, sometimes to get him going, and it's everybody respects him, everybody's listening when he's talking. It's really cool.
For the record, that was Wes Hodquist's laughter. There's a little giggle.
Yeah, but that is at
me.
least 4, and I don't know how many more questions you asked that you just said, right?
Confidence is very
like a valley girl.
Am I right?
It's right. That's a little tactic you use to keep people comfortable to keep talking, huh? A little scouting report on
sure.
Wilde.
Right. I don't want to get bogged down.
Then Wes throws the fake laughter at him. That's good stuff, you two. A little tag team action from Wilde and Hottie.
Interesting to hear.
Right or no? Right.
No. I'm goosing him a little to keep going. Sure, I'll own that.
A lot of goosing.
That's fair. Yeah.
There's a full-fledged goosing.
Yeah.
Wilde and Hottie.
Hottie toddy, Wildy Waddy.
I don't know if we can get him and meet his price, but certainly we've got some days to fill coming up on the calendar. What I thought was interesting was, and we've heard other players reference this, Tausch, Jordan Love has been here, right? Jordan Love has been here for all the stuff. We're doing stuff together away from the field. And by the way, quick aside, Aaron Rodgers also, and I know we're ignoring him, but again, he said that he's planning on bringing his teammates out to California between now and training camp to get together.
No, he's not. He is not.
Yes!
When did he say that?
He said it on June 9th, so 4 days ago.
How do you say I was dead wrong about something by not saying I'm dead wrong about something? Old 8's actions are telling you everything you need to know.
I'm amazed by that. But in fairness to Jordan Love, he's trying to do those things too, right? We talked about him working out with Romeo Doubs already in the offseason. I'm guessing that they're going to try and plan a get-together with their guys at some point between now and the start of training camp at the end of July. But, look, I think Jordan Love is pushing all the right buttons as a leader for now.
Mm-hmm.
And you love to talk about it's June, right? Nobody needs their ass chewed out right now necessarily. So he doesn't have to be that guy. He did use the word, I don't like to attack guys. We talked about that last week, if they make mistakes. But the test will be, and A.J. Dillon knows this, when he does have to get after guys. Because Aaron Rodgers had no problem doing that. And
he's pretty good at it.
Sure, except maybe in Romeo Doubs' opinion. who probably felt like he was attacked sometimes, and on top of that, felt like he was, quote, barely speaking to him during his time together. So I think it's great that everyone feels comfortable with Jordan and his style in the offseason. When we get to training camp, Tausch, that's when quarterbacks probably have to be a little more harsh in their rebukes of mistakes, right?
Well, not if that's not who he is. If he's not going to be that guy, it'll come off as phony baloney. But yeah, it's your team, it's your offense along with LaFleur, and you have to have a standard as far as how things are going to go. And you heard this with Rodgers and Peyton Manning and all of the quarterbacks that people look at as being big-time leaders and quarterbacks, that you have to make sure, it doesn't matter if it takes 5 times to do it, you don't go through wasting reps and letting guys kind of, I'll get it next time. That's how complacency and that's how bad cultures are built. You need to have a little bit of fear. That's why I'm not as hard on Rodgers with Romeo Doubs as maybe some people. The idea that he didn't talk to him at all, I don't like that. But the idea that you held guys accountable for how they were preparing and how they were going about their business, because there is a natural tendency for young guys to just say, well, I'm young, I'm going to learn, there's always next year, I'll get that route next time. That's how you lose. And that's what veterans, I think that's why veterans don't necessarily always love having a lot of young guys, is because there is a curve that you have to get to in order to get to the point where you can win. So Jordan Love is going to lead in his own way. I don't expect him to be the next Bear Bryant. Doesn't feel like that's his way.
Junction boys.
It's going to be more Will Diaz, where I'm disappointed that you didn't run that stick route at 6 yards. Can that work in the NFL? I haven't. I think he's going to need to adjust and understand the big picture that some guys need a kick in the keister. Mm-hmm. You don't need to pat everybody on the tail.
Just to give credit where it's due, Al Iazzoni, I'm sure I'm pronouncing Al's name wrong, from New York Newsday. Aaron Rodgers will be leaving the area in the coming days and returning to California feeling good about what he and the Jets accomplished during OTAs. The Jets held their final offseason practice on Friday. Robert Saleh canceled next week's mandatory minicamp. The Jets are starting training camp more than a week earlier than most teams because they will open in the preseason in the Hall of Fame game. The next time the Jets will see each other will be in mid-July at the practice facility. Rodgers, however, plans to get together with Zach Wilson and the Jets' skill players before then, perhaps in California. Rodgers wants to continue to bond with his teammates and grow the chemistry that started 6 weeks ago.
Wow.
We just report the news.
That's embarrassing. In all honesty, that's embarrassing.
Just say you were wrong. I'd respect you.
Do you remember how many times he has went the other way on that? 2011. Oh, the New Orleans
we
Saints.
might have
Great
scored
job
more
getting
points
that
tonight if we'd have gotten together for off-season workouts.
If what you just read is true,
that's true.
That's embarrassing.
He said it himself. We'll get back to some of your texts and tweets about the closed minicamp practices.
What is it going to be, like a Tom Cruise type deal from Top Gun? The boys out in Malibu, shirts off, playing some beach volleyball, then getting out there throwing some routes on air into the ocean.
Talk to me, Goose. Tausch, maybe
Jason,
he'll get.
Isn't that a complete and utter slap to the face?
I don't. Again, much like our discussion of why practice is closed, I don't know how you interpret this other than I blanked up last year. I will never actually admit that I did, but I did. I understand that the Mercedes Lewises and the Randall Cobbs and the Alan Lazards and the Bobby Tunyons were all holdovers. But you still had a bunch of young guys. Just like they're new to you in New York. You blew it, man. I'm sorry. And I have no problem saying that to his face.
He will spin it the other way, though. He's going to spin it, I'm new here, I need to do this. He should have done it last year. That's become abundantly clear to everybody involved.
Should have taken everybody to play golf at Lac La Belle. It's an American treasure.
Including Jason J. Wilde. Yeah, you could have chronicled it. It would have been fantastic. I'm going to be heading there Thursday. Woo. I'm going to experience an American treasure in Oconomowoc this golf season at Club at Lac La Belle. It is the birthplace of golf in Wisconsin with a rich history you'll feel once you arrive. The Club at Lac La Belle is open to the public. You can schedule your tee time today at clubatlaclabelle.com. It is a golf destination you'll want to play over and over again. A historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to clubatlaclabelle.com to start your journey today. I'm going to say I shoot 92 on Thursday, which will be 108 strokes better than Jason. That's what I'm going to guess.
107 strokes better for when I shoot a 199.
I got the under for both of you.
I hope you're at 191 going to 18. All you got to do is make a quad or quintuple bogey to get it. I think that's a par. No, it is a very difficult par 4 coming in. Big green, but you don't have water to deal with. How fun will that be, Jesse, to capture that content?
Can't wait.
191 coming up to 18.
Scout the course for us on Thursday.
Baby.
Let us know how it's looking.
Funny how
we'll
Jesse wanted us to get to break until we got to this topic. Now, forget the clock. Just let's keep ripping Wilde. Matt LaFleur is speaking at the podium right now at Lambeau Field. We'll share any insights that he has shared. Coming up next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and our family, we have been looking to make the switch to solar for quite some time now, and we weren't even really sure where to start. And then we met the team over at Everlight Solar, and from the very first conversation, they have kept the process simple while also educating us on the benefits of solar. And man, are we happy we did. Not only are we saving a ton of money, but we're also creating a greener environment for our family and the whole community. Learn more at everlightsolar.com and schedule a no-cost consultation today.
Judgmental Jim Rutledge, man-child Matt Hamilton, Rutledge and Hamilton.
How many strokes would you need Steve Stricker to give you after your big win? For argument's sake, let's say University Ridge.
That is the course I play league at and would definitely feel the most comfortable playing Steve Stricker.
Look at this guy. He wins the BMW.
Well, no, I have an established handicap at University Ridge.
Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 2 to 4 on 100.5 ESPN.
Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, June 16th to 25th. Visit and get inspired. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Welcome to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. May I take your order?
Yeah, I'd like 9 windows, please. I'm hoping they'll match my home.
Have it your way.
Excuse me? We're talking about windows, right?
Yes. Pella's design options are virtually limitless, even more customized than your coffee.
So you're like my personal barista for windows and doors.
Exactly. And if you customize your order by August 31st, you can bundle and save big.
Good deal.
Get started today at PellaWI.com.
Overheard recently at Pasquale's.
So what's the difference between traditional and original?
Good question.
And what do you do to make it so good?
It's all in the hands and the fresh ingredients.
I bet you have a good suggestion for the main course, too.
Go with the cowboy.
The best margaritas in Madison, followed by the red chili pork and mole cowboy burrito with cheese and onions. Giddy up, cowgirl.
Pasquale's Cantina, bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pasquale's Cantina, Middleton and Verona.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. Looking for a team to play for in the spring and summer of 2024? Rays tryouts begin in July and August, and sign-ups are open now. Since 2010, the Rays have developed over 370 college players, including over 140 players committed to Division I baseball and 17 MLB draft picks. Rays Baseball. Raise your game.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2023 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. Take advantage of 4.99% APR financing for up to 60 months on select new 2023 models. See dealer for details and exclusions. $18.87 a month per $1,000 finance. No down payment required to qualify buyers through Audi Financial Services. Offer ends June 30th. Stop in to test drive today. Check out our website to see the current inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline in Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Jordan Love is the new man in town.
Generations of Packers fans don't know what it's like to just have an average quarterback. So let's hope, for their sake, Jordan Love's above average.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Before we get to a few more of your texts on the closed minicamp practices, which the first one will kick off without you as fans at 12:10, presumably inside the Hudson Center since it's still raining here in Green Bay. But the reporters that are attending the Matt LaFleur press conference that just wrapped up, Matt LaFleur says that other than, this is from Rob Domofsky, other than a few guys who were excused for personal matters, they have perfect attendance for the start of the mandatory minicamp. Well, you don't have perfect attendance if there's people that have been excused. Then they're not there.
No, that's perfect attendance.
Jesse, if we excused you from the rest of the show and someone else came to take your place in the starting lineup, do we have perfect attendance?
Yeah.
Like, you're the guy.
If it's an excused absence, then everyone that's supposed to be here is here. Yeah. We had that in school all the time. Like, if there was one class had a trip that people in another class didn't have, you'd have perfect attendance for those who were supposed to be here today.
Perfect is perfect. We have full attendance from those that have not been excused. Also, Jair Alexander and Rasul Douglas could possibly do some 11-on-11 work today. We'll get a feel for Jair and Rasul throughout the individual periods and see where they're at, Matt LaFleur says. So,
yeah, they won't be doing it.
So much for Jordan Love getting some work against them. Also, Ryan Wood tweets out that the Packers are going to spend some time today reviewing the NFL's gambling policy. It's been addressed in a team meeting already, but players will get a refresher on the rules with the league's recent crackdown. Quote, that's something we've tried to stay in front of just with all the news recently. So there you have some of the updates.
Did he make
from
any snarky Detroit Lions comments?
We
don't want to be a total screw-up show like the Detroit Lions have done. Anything like that? A little edgy?
No, it doesn't appear to. He did not reference our Badgers outsider or his love for Quintez Cephas in his responses either. All right, Jesse, speaking of responses, anything else from the text portion of the Talking Text line before we play a little trivia?
Yeah, we got a few I wanted to run by you guys here. So Nick in Wanakee capturing what many are saying on the text line. The only legitimate reason to hide practice is if Jordan Love is an absolute abject failure and the Packers are in crisis mode trying to figure out what to do. Seems dramatic, but I kind of agree with Nick. What do you think?
Well, I don't think I'd say crisis mode. I don't understand. I don't have any. I can't comprehend what they're thinking. They could think, well, we don't want Jordan Love to get off on a bad foot. He's already played. He's done a bunch of snaps.
He's a fourth-year quarterback.
Yeah, it's completely idiotic that they're not opening it up. It's dumb.
And by the way,
there's no other reason to put it.
I've seen an abject failure at quarterback. His name is Josh Heupel, where's he the coach now? Tennessee? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Were you on the team then? So Ron Wolf.
Yeah, I took some money from him playing poker.
Ron Wolf. This is one of my favorite stories. Ron Wolf loved Josh Heupel. He won the Heisman at Oklahoma.
Yep.
And so he brings him in.
Lefty. He's a lefty.
Yeah, left-handed thrower. Brings him in. And he struggling, as Tausch would say, so badly that Ron was on another, visit of some sort. I don't know why he was gone. But they wanted to cut Josh Heupel during that mini camp or that they didn't have OTAs yet. So it was it was like an early mini camp. And the scouting staff, which was Schneider and Dorsey and McKenzie, all those guys, they said, we have to keep him here so Ron could see how bad he is when he gets back. So they could basically show Ron, you're wrong on this guy. You may know quarterbacks, but you're wrong on Josh Heupel. And I was there. He was not very good. Now, he's apparently a very good college coach. He was a very good college player. He was not an NFL quarterback. That is not how Jordan Love looks. Okay? I keep saying that I want to see more wild plays and great throws and whatever else, and Domofsky's talking about the wobblers he's throwing. He is not looking like an abject failure. I don't want anyone thinking that, because that's not what he looks like. But he don't look like Aaron Rodgers either.
When you don't open up practice, that leads conspiracy theorists to put that out there, though.
No doubt.
Let's see what he looks like.
He's proud of his quarterback.
Can I read you our first ever reply into the show from the Wilde and Tausch YouTube stream comments?
Do I want to hear it? YouTube, I thought Twitter was bad. I'm a little worried about what YouTube comments look like, frankly.
It can be, but Tony on YouTube offers family night attendance, trying to boost the attendance for family night to see Jordan Love as the reason that the Packers would limit the attendance at minicamp and OTAs.
You asked for other ideas.
I appreciate the thought process by Tony. Hey, my friend Tony told me not to say his name backwards, and I replied, why not?
That's pretty good, too. Game today.
You are the easiest audience ever. You're just trying to make up for the fact that you have this
How
theory
do you
that
not
parents are jealous.
Appreciate
when they're
that?
good, they're good. When they're good, they're good.
You just brought up Tony, our YouTuber.
He had it right.
And he just said that. Yeah, it's an interesting theory, but no, that's not what this is about.
All right. Well, hopefully, why not have Tony be our contestant on Wilde and Tausch Trivia?
Oh, how fun would that be if Tony
today's
wins?
Category, which we had intended for Tausch to do his AFC tiers, but we got off on a tangent. This is often the case on this show, talking about the closed minicamp practices, which, again, in fairness, it would be closed today anyway. Matt LaFleur said they're going inside the Hudson Center, which I got to question how good the work will be, because he said it's going to be jog-through speed. Because they're going to be inside, because he doesn't want anybody to get hurt. So we'll see what kind of quality practice this turns out to be. But we'll save the AFC tiers, and we'll all have to wait another day to find out which team gets left off the graphic, like Washington did in the NFC.
I got Tennessee.
So from what I can tell, there should be 16 teams on the graphic, but I would anticipate only 15, so let's take caller 15. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 15 for Wilde and Tausch Trivia, which we will play next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Big trailers and big opportunities at Stoughton Trailers. Immediate openings at the Broadhead, Evansville, and Stoughton locations. Assemblers, forklift drivers, and more. Apply at stojobs.com. A reigning freshman phenom for the Wisconsin basketball team will represent his country later this week in California. Connor Sejan, who averaged over 11 points per game in his freshman campaign for the Badgers, will represent the Armenian national team during the Armenian Basketball Classic against France on June 16th at Cal State Northridge in California. Sejan will make his debut for Armenia against the 5th-ranked globally France team in back-to-back nights at the Armenian Basketball Classic in California.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
For over 50 years, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County has matched local youth with adult mentors in lasting and impactful one-on-one relationships. If you or a friend are interested in everything that big mentorship means, then attend the Big Social at Kiva Sports Center on Thursday, June 22nd from 5 to 7 p.m. Enjoy a casual atmosphere of games and fun while mingling with current and future Bigs passionate about making a lasting impact on the lives of local kids. Visit their Facebook page or go to bbbsmadison.org to learn more and sign up today.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado and its Turbo Max engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Brunch is back at all the Madison area Great Dane pubs. Every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Enjoy a robust brunch menu, ranging from the classic Daner's breakfast to the Playa burrito, and everything sweet and savory in between. And featuring specialty mimosas, cocktails, and mocktails, it's everything you'd expect from brunch at the Great Dane. Check it out on Saturdays and Sundays at your favorite spot, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. For more information, head to GreatDanePub.com/brunch. Pick your pub and let's do brunch.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
The dog days are over. The dog days are done. The horses are coming, so you better run. Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father, run for your children.
Oh, man. This is what happens when you mismanage the clock. It has been too long. since one of our favorite trivia contestants has been a contestant, and now he is today. And we've got to be brief with him because we've got Sophia Minnaert coming up during the 11 o'clock hour. Time now for trivia. Let's welcome him in. It is our old friend, de facto Daryl. Daryl, long time no talk, buddy. How you doing?
Doing good. I think I'm going to have to come up with a new name, especially now that Aaron's gone. I'll figure something out, though.
All right, now
what do you
De
think?
facto is such a good name, though.
It does have that alliteration thing. I like it. Yeah.
Well, maybe he'll come up with
Maybe I'll
something
keep
even
it.
Hey, it's your nickname. I don't know if you could give it to you yourself, though, so we can work on that. We can workshop it with you if you'd like some help.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's put our heads together and come up with something.
I mean, we do have Jay Bird and Jelly on our resume as nicknames thus far, so maybe you might not want our help.
And Nordy, yeah.
Tausch. I think that was pre-existing. All right. Name that AFC team to celebrate the Tausch's Tears of the AFC that we didn't do during today's show. Tausch, you didn't do the Tears, but you do have question number 1.
All right, Daryl. This team announced yesterday that it will honor J.J. Watt by making him the 3rd player in franchise history recognized in its Ring of Honor. Name that AFC team.
That would be the Houston
Arizona.
Texans.
Nailed it.
Oh, sorry.
I love it. He foiled Jesse's plan. Jesse didn't like that I gave away that he sometimes has a pattern to his answers. So your options for this was the Arizona Cardinals A, the Central Michigan Chippewas, which is supposed to be the jokey one, moved up to B, and then the Houston Texans C, but you nailed it. Nicely done. All right.
Instead of him doing it last, he moved it up there. Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to throw you off. Didn't work. All right, let's see if we can foil his evil plan on question 2 as well. The star player on this team, Daryl, will be featured on the cover of Madden 24 when it comes out later this summer. Name that AFC team. Is it the Cincinnati Bengals, the Baltimore Ravens, or the Buffalo Bills?
That would be the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen.
You're messing with the wrong guy, Jesse.
Stephon Diggs not reporting.
Oh.
A lot of turmoil up there in Buffalo. Might be
good news for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
Might be moving my tears around a little bit after that news. All right, last one. Of these 3 teams, according to FanDuel, it is the one with the highest projected over-under win total for next season. Name that AFC team. Is it Cleveland, Pittsburgh, or New England?
I'm going to... Oh, boy. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a stab and say Cleveland.
Yeah! Take that, Jesse, trying to trick people. Daryl, 3 for 3, buddy.
Yep.
Great to have you back. You got 4 entries into Friday's drawing. We appreciate your loyalty to our show, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Let's get Sophia on.
And he's worried about the clock. What more could you ask for from a trivia contestant? As Daryl hinted, we've got Sophia Minnaert coming up at 11:15. She's scheduled to appear from Minneapolis, where the Brewers are taking on the Twins in a 2-game set. But before that, we'll kick off the 11 o'clock hour with apparently Ben Bruss standing up for the Brewers the way I stood up for the Brewers against these guys yesterday. I was criticized. Ben is being lauded and being used in Jesse's ESPN Madison Sports Centers. We'll figure it all out next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Hey, this is Craig Karmas, and join Kyle Wallace and me every Sunday morning for Sunday Karma on a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by 5 Star Painting, your residential and commercial professional painters for interiors, exteriors, kitchen cabinets, decks, and fences. Check them out. 5starpainting.com. A 0-star performance for the Milwaukee Brewers over the weekend, getting swept at home by the Oakland Athletics. After an off day yesterday, the Brewers on the road starting a quick 2-game set in Minnesota against the Twins. 6:40 first pitch tonight. Corbin Burns on the mound for the Crew. Yesterday on Scalzo and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin, Ben Brust telling people like Tausch and I to calm down about the Brewers' struggles over the weekend.
They've been through adversity, and they're still above 500. And the division sucks. I think the goal for them is to stay above 500 when they get to the All-Star break, and then the trade deadline is August 1st. And if you want to see if they believe or don't believe, that's where I will wait. But in June, I'm not canceling this team.
Wilde and Tausch talking Brewers with Sophia Minute of Valley Sports Wisconsin, scheduled to appear in about 10 minutes here on 100.5 ESPN. Wilde and Tausch continues right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. We'll begin momentarily with this clip from Ben Brust and Jesse trying to explain to me why I was whatever I was yesterday, and now Ben Brust is being celebrated on our show for saying essentially the same thing. But before that, I would like to publicly apologize to our friend Kyle Kuzno.
What'd you do to Kuz?
Well, we actually both did it.
I'm not apologizing. Just for the record,
he actually is the mayor.
No, he's definitely.
Okay.
I mean, again, unless Mayor Genrich has changed things around here. No draft party. No fan fest. Closed mini camp practices. Less and less training camp practices open. Great. Now I'm pissed off again. Thanks, guys. Me bringing up the draft party that also has disappeared into history, and the Fan Fest, which were like Aaron Rodgers and Bart Starr were at the same table. That was a cool event. I even enjoyed going to that and covering it. That's been gone for years too. Interesting. And John responds to Kyle's tweet with, I don't care if the team ever develops a cooler social media presence like a lot of other people can't clamor for. This is the type of stuff I think needs to start coming back and or starting up. Again, this has been my one major criticism, along with raising ticket prices every year. If you're owned by the fans, if you love that narrative, if you love talking about how you don't have a deep-pocketed billionaire owner and instead you're owned by the community. I mean, Kyle just put all of them into one tweet, right? Closed practices. There's hardly any open practices during training camp anymore. And again, it doesn't affect me because I'm not a fan, but I do care very much about how fans feel. No draft party, no fan fest, closed mini camp practices, now less and less training camp. Like that. That is not a fan-friendly list.
Yeah, so I understand. I mean, I was a part of a fan fest or two. It is a lot. There's a lot of moving parts that go into that. This is simple. Like, I don't think anybody is saying you need to have 100 more events. You do the tailgate tour. That's been very successful around the state.
Sure.
You built this up. This is just so easy. You're already going to practice. You're not having to formulate unless I'm crazy and think, boy, there's you have to hire 500 security guards and you don't have enough people and all this, which I know is not true. These are the little easy things that you allow your fans this access to do. You have the shareholders meeting, which you get 10,000 people to come up there and listen to Mark Murphy make a couple of fun jokes. Nobody say anything about anything, and people love it. They eat it up. Imagine just being able to go watch Jordan Love for maybe as the first time as the starter. It makes no sense. This is not organizing a monster party. This is, we're going to practice. If you're in town, come watch. It's pretty simple. No excuse.
We'll circle back to some more of your texts because I know we still keep getting those about this, but we need to get ready for some Brewers conversation with our friend Sophia Minert of Bally Sports Wisconsin, who's scheduled to appear coming up next. And, Jesse, again, I've heard this clip now. I've heard 3 sports centers, the 9, the 10, and now the 11. You've been playing Benny Buckets, but he's really Benny Brewers or Benny Baseball, defending the Brewers, as I tried to, after their sweep at the hands of the lowly Oakland Athletics. And you had Dunzo on camera, who, by the way, was very popular. People really enjoyed Dunzo. That was a gift from me to you once upon a time. But he was prematurely brought out in some people's opinions, including Ben Brust's.
Ben Brust ain't putting $1 down on the Brewers, though. I can't wait to hear what he has to say.
Well, he's a wagerer. I'm not, so we can check in with him and ask him.
He's not betting on the Brewers.
This is
I got a hunch.
This is the extended cut we're going to hear. He's coming after Tausch and I a little bit on this one.
I have to imagine, I have not heard this yet. I have to imagine this is a lot of bluster, and when someone pushes Benny, before I make my judgment, let's hear what Benny has to say.
They've been through adversity, and they're still above 500. And the division sucks. I think the goal for them is to stay above 500 when they get to the All-Star break, and then the trade deadline is August 1st. And if you want to see if they believe or don't believe, that's where I will wait. But in June, I'm not canceling this team. They were hot to start. They're in a little bit of slump. It is baseball. Do they need another bat? Yes. Do they need another reliever? Yes. But this team doesn't stink. Like, they've beaten good teams. They've obviously got swept by a really bad team. I wish they would have lost worse. Kind of mad that they made a run and made me get my hopes up yesterday when I was watching on a Sunday in losing 8-6. But again, just calm down. Tausch and Jesse trying to, be funny over the Brewers getting swept. Was it a bad look? Yes. Is the season over? No. They made playoffs for the last 5 years.
Oh, he did. He mentioned you guys by name.
Oh, snap.
No reference to Dunzo, though.
Yeah, Ben, I feel fairly confident Ben's not putting $5 down on the Brewers to make the playoffs. I feel very confident in that. So all of that other stuff is cute and kitschy, but it's all bluster, which is fine. I mean, I understand. You have to sometimes push back. And again, the only reason that I and Dunzo and Jesse all kind of feel the same way is this offense hadn't been very good, and they just lost to one of the worst teams in the history of Major League Baseball. They got swept at home. One game, baseball, get it, man. Baseball is a fickle game. You lose one, you maybe even lose two, but to a team that wins one game a week, and they sweep you at home, and all of the other things that are factored in, can the Brewers make a run? Sure. Can they falter? Yeah. And is it possible that we've seen its best already? Maybe. But for Benny B to get up here on his soapbox and chastise us for having opinions on things that I very much believe he would put his money on, it comes off as a little hollow to me. So I'm not going to lose one wink of sleep. I'm not going to think about it one more time. And until Benny shows me a little receipt that he says I put $100 that the Milwaukee Brewers are going to make the playoffs, I'm going to take this as a Benny just popping off, trying to make something come up. That's what I'm going to take this as. That's all.
Somebody tweeted in yesterday after Dunzo's appearance that, and I'll see if I can get the stat correct when Sophia comes on. The Brewers were over 500 the first 2 weeks, and they're 7 games under 500 since the first 2 weeks of the season. Like, the anomaly is not that they just got swept by the Athletics. The anomaly was the first 2 weeks where they got off to a hot start. That tells me everything I need to know and why Dunzo was here yesterday.
They're a very young team. They're some of their best players have missed time pitching. They've lost a lot of starts. So nobody is sitting here and saying that the Brewers stink. It's not easy to win divisions, and even though the Brewers division is not very good, Cardinals always come on. I feel the way I do. You don't lose to teams that are legendarily bad as much as the Milwaukee Brewers just did. You just don't. And can I be wrong? Absolutely. Is Benny B going to put $1 down on his strong conviction? He's not. So it is what it is.
Are you willing to put $100 down that they will not make the playoffs?
Yes.
Jesse?
Yep.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Hey,
They
I
can't
think
hit.
they're still in the playoffs, right? Somebody will have to look at that, but yeah. As we're sitting here right now, we'd probably be getting better money or better odds on our money if we took that they wouldn't. Just how I feel.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm wrong.
Sophia Minard's
well spent.
Sophia Minard's going to join us. We will not be asking her if she is going to wager on the Brewers making the playoffs. I think we have to ask her, or let Jesse ask her, if Al Minert is jealous of her success.
Yeah. I'm sure Al's just sitting there. God, I wish I was the one of the big dogs.
Wish
with the
I was
Brewers.
as successful as my daughter is.
100%.
Yeah, my daughter. I wish she was struggling more.
No, you're not wishing that you're... You guys don't get it.
Oh, well, you can explain yourself.
We don't get it.
You can explain yourself to Sophia when she joins us next after Tausch tells us about the laboratory testing company formerly known as LabCorp, but now known as Fortrea.
We are pleased to share the exciting news with you that LabCorp clinical trials, no more. It is becoming Fortrea clinical trials. Again, that's Fortrea, Fortrea. The new website is FortreaClinicalTrials.com. It's the same great people, same great location, same great business for 40 years, and you can still get that great cash that you need if you're looking to get tickets. You want to go to Brewers games. You want to go out to Las Vegas. You want to get a home remodel. Right now there's a couple of studies that Fortrea has in store. Healthy adults ages 18 to 60. The body mass index of 18 to 32, and they have a study involves 2 stays with 15 nights and 7 follow-up visits, and you can grab yourself a quick $13,820 plus $300 per qualified participant. Again, you can refer a friend to receive another $200 per qualified referral. You can visit FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's Fortrea, Fortrea, clinicaltrials.com.
Sophia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Toscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. Well, it's always a good time to get that special someone in your life a beautiful gift. And when I'm in need of a new piece of jewelry, Chalmers Jewelers is my go-to place. Whether I want a timeless classic or a one-of-a-kind piece, Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison has just what I'm looking for. My life has been made so much easier thanks to the great team over at Chalmers Jewelers, and is the reason I keep going back for more. Visit chalmersjewelers.com to find your perfect new piece of jewelry today.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, June 16th to 25th. Visit and get inspired. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Free Food Friday on 100.5 ESPN Madison is brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. North and South is Madison's favorite spot for smokehouse barbecue and seafood. With craft cocktails, authentic wood-fried smokehouse items, and excellent seafood, you can't go wrong. Visit one of their 3 locations in the Madison area today, or have North and South cater your next event. Head to eatnorthandsouth.com for more information.
Big trailers and big opportunity. Since 1962, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business, providing a professional yet casual work environment in Stoughton, Evansville, and Broadhead. If you're looking for your hard work to be rewarded with competitive wages and excellent benefits, plus growth and advancement opportunities, Stoughton Trailers is the spot for you. Positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, and more. Go to stojobs.com to apply today. Stoughton Trailers, big opportunity.
Stoughton Health provides comprehensive and compassionate care to Stoughton community and the entire Madison area. From our sports rehab facilities in Oregon and Stoughton to our renowned ortho team with Dr. Ravel, Stoughton Health can help. Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
Wisconsin, are you ready? It's the Battle for Wisconsin charity softball game.
Come out and watch Alec Ingold and his Wisconsin alumni friends compete against a team of current Badger athletes. Join them on Saturday, July 15th at the beautiful Duck Pond at Warner Park, home of the Madison Mallards, as the 2 teams battle it out and raise money for charity. Tickets can be purchased at the Madison Mallards box office or website. Visit battle4wisconsin.com for more details. That's battle4wisconsin.com.
This summer is packed. ESPN Madison's Packed Summer Series kicks off with the return of Packed Lunch with Gabe Neitzel. Tune into ESPN Madison social channels every day from June 12th through 16th for exclusive green and gold content. It's Packed Lunch with Gabe Neitzel all week long starting at noon on ESPN Madison social channels.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
That music means that Sophia Minard is joining us from Valley Sports, Wisconsin. And while I have a long list of things that I would love to talk about with her. For instance, Corbin Burns, really good in his last start. Can he carry that into tonight against the Twins? Or, hey, can you get me one of those Craig Counsell Indiana Jones bobbleheads that they're giving away later this weekend? Or, why are they giving away a Paige Spiranak bobblehead? I'd rather have a Sophia Minard bobblehead. But I can't talk about any of those things with her right now. Because Jesse needs to find out if Al Minard is jealous of his daughter. Sophia, good morning. How are you today?
Hi, guys. I'm good. How are you?
I'm going to apologize in advance. Because, you know, I love Al. He finally followed me on Twitter. Covered him as a coach. Think the world of him. This is a preposterous suggestion, but Jesse started the show. Well, Jesse, you just explain yourself. I don't want to bias Sophia in any way about your ridiculous statement.
Yeah,
I don't want to bias her
fine.
by telling her how stupid this is. I just want to give you the opportunity to speak your mind.
Sophia, do you believe that parents can be jealous of their kids? Like, can Del Curry be jealous of Steph Curry? Can Al be jealous of you while also being proud of your accomplishments? Can a little piece of Al be like, Sophia's in there during champagne celebrations and division titles, playoff series clinchers. Man, that'd be cool if I could do that too. Isn't it possible?
I guess I had never considered that. I think parents are more just like proud. I don't think they're jealous.
But you can be proud and jealous is my entire thing. Like, yeah. Wow, I'm so happy that...
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
Yeah, all right.
Whoa, Nelly!
Okay, thank you for dispensing with that as easily as you did.
You can be both.
And by the way,
you can't be both.
Sophia's too nice to have gotten after you there, too.
She wanted to just say, Jesse, you're an idiot, let's move on. And so I'm going to do that for Sophia. Sophia, I have to admit, it's been an up and down season. You got off to the good start, and then, there's been some injuries and some other stuff going on. But last weekend, as a Brewer fan, I'm rattled. That was the Oakland A's. I said the Oakland A's are basically the Cleveland Indians from that movie Major League. They are not good. They stink. They don't want to win. And they come into AmFam Field and sweep the Brewers, and I'm rattled. Why shouldn't I be rattled as a Milwaukee Brewer fan?
If it makes you feel any better, they went home and they beat the Tampa Bay Rays at home last night. So the winning streak is now at 6 games, which is the longest in the league.
Okay.
God, I love facts.
I would just say, that's a baseball series. Yes, they are off to a historically bad start. We know kind of all the drama surrounding them with the relocation. And there were a lot of, but baseball just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work they should beat this team for this reason, or you think that, it should be a sweep on the other side, right? It should be a Brewers sweep, not an A's sweep. But, when we talked to Pat Murphy after the game on Sunday, he was managing for Craig that day while Craig was at Jack's graduation. He just said, the margins are really thin. You can be an inch from the top and you can be an inch from the bottom. And I think that's what we saw with the A's. It's they have had a lot of struggles, but they're still talented players. They're still major league players. I know fans don't want to hear that, but it's true. And so, this could happen. And the Brewers, they did not have a good series offensively. They didn't score enough runs, especially the first 2 games. They did a nice job coming back in the 9th on Sunday. But it was ultimately just kind of too little too late. So, I'd point to, the Rockies series when they got swept in Colorado as well. That was another tough moment. And you think, how are they going to get past this? But then inevitably you always do. You always come out of it.
Sophia, do you think Craig Counsell is jealous of Jack going through his graduation ceremony, wishing that... Never mind. I am curious, though, how that kind of played out, because as I think you know, I love this. I understand that it sucks that they lost the game, but there was a time when managers, coaches, players missed all kinds of things, including the birth of their children, so they could play in a game or coach a game. What was kind of the vibe around the team that he made what I would say is the right choice and left the team in capable hands and chose to attend something that's really important in his son's life?
Yeah, I think for all of us it felt like a no-brainer. I think, their oldest son, Brady, graduated a couple years ago. He's currently at the University of Minnesota, and Craig did the same thing for that. I think, we all recognize, these players and coaches and staff, we sacrifice a lot doing these jobs, and they do it because they love it, right? But you do miss a lot. You miss, birthdays and anniversaries and milestones, and, for Craig, his kids are all very active in sports. You miss games and all that, and, I think for all of us, it just felt like a no-brainer. He did it for Brady. He would do it for Jack. he'll probably do it for his girls, if he continues managing. So, I think we were all very understanding. And I think, at the end of the day, it's one game. Pat Murphy is very capable. The rest of the staff steps up. So I don't think anybody had any concerns about it.
All right. So you did say a phrase there, though, that I have to follow up on because I've seen this elsewhere as well. If he continues managing. And there has been the possibility floated that, with two sons who are going to be playing college baseball, and a father who wants to celebrate and is proud of their accomplishments as opposed to being jealous of them, would like to see them play. Is there any sort of feeling of, uncertainty around this team about a guy who has obviously been very successful as the manager, about this being maybe his last year for a while? Do you get the sense that players in that clubhouse either think of that or are aware of that, or do you think that's just something that the day-to-day life in Major League Baseball, you can't have that in your mind?
Look, we're all aware of it, but I think it's exactly the last point of the day-to-day and having a game every day and having a series to prepare for every day. You don't really have room to think about it, and I know that probably sounds crazy. But rationally, we all know, what the situation is, what his contract situation is. It's ultimately going to be Craig's decision. We addressed it one time with him at spring training, and he's extremely focused just on the day-to-day and winning games and hopefully getting this team to the postseason. So it's honestly not something that we spend any time really talking about. And just out of respect for Craig, because that's not where his head is at right now. I think everyone hopes that he comes back, but I think we all also understand ultimately his decision. But it's not something that we really spend any time talking with him about. I think they're just, this is what the baseball schedule does. It's you're just really forced to be really hyper-focused just on the day. And this team has a lot going on with all the injuries and, just everything that they've kind of had to deal with up until this point. So there's always other things to think about and worry about and plan for. And I think that's something that will just work itself out in the offseason.
All right, Sophia, two other quick things for you before you go. One, Corbin Burns pitching today. I know his ERA and his one-loss record are not what you expect for him, but in his last three starts, I think his ERA is under 2. He's given up 8 total hits. He's struck out 24. Is he back to being where we all expect him to be? Is he in the groove, would you say?
I think so, yeah. I think, Corbin is really big on execution, and I was talking to him about that on Sunday. Of this last start against the Orioles, he's had higher strikeout games. He's thrown a no-hitter, in conjunction with Josh Hader. But he said that the way that he tracked the start, this was the highest execution percentage he's ever had in his career. That last start. So he feels really good about where the stuff is. And it was just one of those days when he was in complete control with the cutter. And when he's doing that, look, it's it really doesn't matter kind of what lineup they have, who's in there, what's going on with them. When he's pitching like that, you just feel like the other team really doesn't have much of a chance. And I think he had felt like he was close to that in the start of the season. And I think now, like you said, the last 3 starts have been really, really good. And I think there's a lot of reasons to hope that he can kind of keep it going.
All right, last thing. You guys are in the Twin Cities. I know that the Brewers have had more than their fair share of interleague games with the Twins over the years. If you are giving travel advice, because I feel like I fumbled when you were in Toronto and didn't ask this, what are the go-tos for a road trip to the Twin Cities for you?
Well, actually, I'm standing outside of one right now, Caribou Coffee. I like it's local here. I always like stopping here.
We've got one of those in Green Bay, so next time I owe you coffee,
you do? Oh,
you can come up to Green Bay for it.
We don't have them in Milwaukee. I think Caribou started here, though.
It did. Yep, you're right. Yep.
Okay. So Caribou, I'm trying to think what else.
All the stuff in the Twin Cities, and you gave me Caribou Coffee.
Well, I mean, yeah, people like to go to the Mall of America, but for us, it's not really convenient. It's not close to the ballpark.
Do you like that ballpark?
Go to the mall.
Do you like that ballpark?
I do,
'Cause
actually.
I know there's
I think it was a
Minnesotans.
mistake not to put a roof on it,
That-
but I do really like that ballpark.
That was exactly what I was going to say. I don't know why they don't have a roof, but nevertheless, enjoy your day today. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks when the Brewers have won like 10 of their last 12 games, and Jesse and Tausch are issuing apologies.
That sounds great.
Say
Let's
hi
hope
to
that
Al.
happens.
Say hi to Al. Tell him not to be so jealous of you. Thanks.
Have a great day, guys.
That is our friend Sophia Minert of Bally Sports, Wisconsin. Jesse, I don't think you got the did you actually think that she was going to side with you on that?
Well, I don't think anybody's going to side with me on it because it's IPT to say that I'm right in this situation. But I think I'm right. Look, I know that I have talked to parents who have said things like, man, I wish I had that when I was 17.
No, parents will say,
oh,
Jesse,
man.
parents will say, boy, our kids have it a lot easier, and they didn't have to do this, and they didn't have to do that. But there isn't any parent that's like,
No,
my kid's too successful.
Oh, my son has this great, well-behaved dog. I wish our dog had been that way.
That's not anything
you're
close to what
jealous
you
of the
said
dog.
earlier.
You're jealous of your
Not-
kid.
now
having
you're
a dog.
jealous of your
Del
kid's
Curry.
dog.
Yeah.
Jealous that his son is better than he was.
That's what I'm saying.
Can you imagine? So Del Griffith's kid is selling much better shower rings, and Del Griffith is like, I am so jealous that he got polyurethane shower curtain rings, and I had to go with just hard plastic. That's what you're telling me happens.
He's proud of his town. You know, that's a damn rare thing these days.
He's proud of his son, but he's also jealous of him.
Del Curry is the best example I have. Del Curry can both be proud of Steph and jealous that he didn't win more NBA titles.
You just tried to argue that you could be jealous of how better behaved your child's dog is
That's true,
than
too.
your dog
Yes.
was when your child was a child.
I've heard people say this.
That's not the same. Stick to Packers. Won't Elias next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2023 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. Take advantage of 4.99% APR financing for up to 60 months on select new 2023 models. See dealer for details and exclusions. $18.87 a month per $1,000 finance. No down payment required to qualify buyers through Audi Financial Services. Offer ends June 30th. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website to see the current inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimbrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline in Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. Looking for a team to play for in the spring and summer of 2024? Rays tryouts begin in July and August, and sign-ups are open now. Since 2010, the Rays have developed over 370 college players, including over 140 players committed to Division I baseball and 17 MLB draft picks. Rays Baseball. Raise your game.
Tickets are on sale now for the Clean Lakes Alliance Loop the Lake bike ride. Join the fun on Saturday, June 17th from 8 to 2, starting and ending at Old Brick Park. All entries receive a free meal from a local food cart, a beverage, and a super soft shirt, compliments of Land's End. Kids 10 and under ride free with a paid adult. Visit cleanlakesalliance.org to register today. Use code LAKE23 and save 10% on your registration. Join the fun and loop the lake June 17th.
Show us your Guinness, Wisconsin. You could be golfing for free.
It's in the hole!
Guinness wants to send you to the course with Dad. Tee Off with Dad is going on now, and you could win a round of golf or two this summer at the Bridges Golf Course or the Meadows of 6 Mile Creek. Stop by and enjoy a pint at World of Beer, Club Lamarck, Tanner's, or the Silver Eagle Bar and Grill. While there, scan the QR code to enter. It's Tee Off with Dad from Guinness. Good things come to those who wait.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Just look at them. State-of-the-art Honda hybrids, making ecological art out of any conditions they encounter. Rugged, dependable, stylish performance with fuel efficiency and low emissions that'll make a tree hugger blush. What's this phenomenon you're witnessing? It's the future, today. Electrified driving built for Wisconsin. Get your Honda hybrid now at your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Show me the love.
When you put your eyes on Jordan Love, can you tell me if he's going to be good or not?
From the little bit I've seen of him, I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to be good.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Despite his best efforts, Jesse has found no one. I feel like I would have at least heard about a text or two on the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line supporting your theory that parents are jealous of their children, because I would assume that you wouldn't ignore a text like that. You'd want to get that out immediately.
Yeah, so do you think Dale Earnhardt Sr. would have been jealous if Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the Daytona 500 before he did? That's a fair question.
Absolutely. He would be proud of him for winning, and he would be like, oh, man, that's what I always wanted to do. Now he did it. That's awesome for him. So happy for him. Wish I could have done it, too.
What if, Mike Tyson's kid ended up knocking out Evander Holyfield? Because Mike Tyson never was able to do that.
Tausch is coming around.
But no, Mike Tyson would be happy. He's proud of his kid for knocking out Evander Holyfield, even though Evander Holyfield would be 80 years old.
They're not exclusive feelings. You don't just say, oh, man, I can't believe that Steph won the NBA Finals MVP.
So if Tiger Woods' kid gets 19 majors and beats Jack Nicklaus's record, is Tiger going to be jealous that he did it and Tiger didn't? Or is he going to be so proud of Charlie that that doesn't even enter his mind?
Both.
Is Noah Eagle going to be, when he becomes the voice of NFL football on Sunday Night Football someday, will Ian Eagle be jealous of him, or will he just be proud that, look, I'm sorry, the way at least I'm wired, I want my kids to be far more successful than me. I want to be happy. I feel like I'm a pretty happy guy.
Yeah.
I don't have the jealousy gene, and I certainly don't have it for my kids. I just think
you have the jealousy gene. You don't have it for your kids. I've heard you say things that, Jason, come on now.
I don't think I have a strong jealousy gene. No, I don't.
You can't be a vendetta guy like you are and not have jealousy genes.
No, vendettas are if you wronged me. If I feel you've wronged me, I hold a grudge like nobody's business. That I will wear that all day. But I'm not vengeful against you because you're more successful than me or whatever else. That is not it. That is, if you were a jerk to me or you disrespected me, called me a toady, whatever it is, I hope you get hit by a bus.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that. That's a bad quality that I have.
That is bold.
Yikes.
But
I'm
Jesse,
admitting
just
my failings.
for down the road, I've just given you 4 or 5 other really good examples that actually are interesting questions to see.
Yeah.
Now you've got him thinking you're coming around on him.
I'm not. Because
I think
you,
he
as
thinks
a
he
parent,
won.
you know. No, he doesn't think he won. I'm trying to help him. I'm throwing him a lifeline.
Jesse, you literally said the words, he's coming around.
Tausch is coming around to it.
See?
He's thinking
I
about
can
it.
assure you I'm not coming around, Jesse.
Time now for Lonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Somewhere George is jealous
kid,
of Wilde and Tausch.
Roger Federer's kid beating Joker's record. Federer is not jealous that it's his kid doing it, not him. Guarantee that.
Now Tausch feels like he has to come back with it. Corrections because he's given you
went
hope.
Too far the other way.
He gave you hope.
No, I'm not going too far. They're interesting questions. That's why we brought it up.
Do I not understand what jealousy is? Because now, Josh DiMaggio, Big Cat, he's sending us the definition of jealousy, and I don't think of jealousy as being vengeful. But is that the jealousy generally refers to thoughts of feeling of insecurity, fear, and concern?
Have you watched any of these movies where the chick was boiling a rabbit and she was jealous? There's vengefulness with jealousy. Yes.
What?
What's the movie that the chick boiled the rabbit and then the mom looked it up and oh my God, what the hell is going on? And Michael Douglas is sitting there I don't know. We just wanted Hassenpfeffer tonight. I don't know.
I don't remember the Hassenpfeffer reference in that film, but I believe you're referring to Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, I am. That is the movie I'm referring to.
Glenn Close, very jealous. I'm not going to be ignored, Dan.
I might have to. Eleanor's not ready for that, but that's
But Max
might be a movie she needs to take a look.
After he gets done watching Wedding Crashers. Motorboating.
Whoa, Nelly!
By the way, Erica in Milwaukee did text in earlier. We moved on from the acting thing when Eleanor was watching YouTube and you asked her why she wasn't playing outside and she said she was studying acting. Erica in Milwaukee said, test Eleanor on what she watches when she's done. Ask her, what did you learn from watching this video? And that's the way that you can make sure you got a little comeback for her.
That is a fantastic idea by Erica. I will.
Whoa, Nelly!
All right, the only thing we have time for today.
Hey, do you guys think that,
Never mind.
Jesse, do you think that being on radio is theatrical? Do you guys think our jobs are theatrical?
Yes, definitely.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. I think theatrical. I think theatrical.
You were putting out
We're on
not a performance.
We're on a stage performing for our fans.
No, we're not. It's not rehearsed. It's not even planned, frankly. And it is not.
We try to.
We're not acting. We're not playing roles. I would like to think that our authenticity is that this is what we're really like. These are our real opinions. If I'm on stage and I'm acting, I'm not actually boiling the rabbits. And I'm not actually
there's
having
a lot
the affair.
of that comes into it, though, too. Ad-libbing and, what Bill Murray, there is some ad-libbing to the when you're putting on a performance, I guess maybe I looked at this the wrong way. Maybe we're not theatrical.
For the record, I don't think they actually boiled a rabbit in the filming of Fatal Attraction, right?
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to interrupt with some breaking news. They're not Packers related.
Stephon Diggs coming to Green Bay?
No, it's not the NFL.
Sounder?
No, it's not. It's disappointing news. I just got this from Madison.com. And in the radio personality favorites category for 2023, none of us are up for the award.
No.
So Tausch will not get to defend his title.
What?
I mean,
one and done.
What a disappointment.
Are you kidding?
What did we do wrong?
I don't know if I'm going to...
Maybe if we'd have been more theatrical.
Maybe.
One too many days off.
You can vote for your favorite TV anchor, your favorite tattoo artist, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't recognize most of these names, so it's a disappointment for all of us. But Tausch, we're still very proud of you, having been the 2022.
One of these years, you're going to get it. One of these years, you'll get it.
I don't anticipate that, actually, but I appreciate your supportive take. We're going to wrap things up with another text message or two from our discussion earlier, and then I'm going to head to the practice that none of you are going to get to see. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Jesse Nelson here. Don't be jealous of your friends or anyone else that's going to be part of the inaugural ESPN Madison Open. You sign up for it right now as well. ESPNMadisonOpen.com. Monday, July 17th, Trapper's Turn in Wisconsin Dells. That is where you get the opportunity to golf with Wisconsin sports stars like Mark Tauscher, like Matt Hamilton, like Brad Nortman, like Zach Showalter, and others that will all be part of the event. Come on down, and there's still time to sign up. Space is filling up, but you can sign up today and still secure your place. ESPNMadisonOpen.com. Monday, July 17th, Trappers Turn to the Dells. Beautiful course. Awesome day. Presented by Coors Light. The mountains will be blue all afternoon. Join us Monday, July 17th. Sign up today. ESPNMadisonOpen.com. That's ESPNMadisonOpen.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you at greatdanepub.com. A reigning freshman phenom for the Wisconsin basketball team will represent his country later this week in California. Connor Sejan, who averaged over 11 points per game in his freshman campaign for the Badgers, will represent the Armenian national team during the Armenian Basketball Classic against France on June 16th at Cal State Northridge in California. Sejan will make his debut for Armenia against the 5th-ranked globally France team in back-to-back nights at the Armenian Basketball Classic in California.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st, and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado and its TurboMax engine. Delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Brunch is back at all the Madison area Great Dane pubs. Every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Enjoy a robust brunch menu, ranging from the classic Daner's breakfast to the Playa burrito, and everything sweet and savory in between. And featuring specialty mimosas, cocktails, and mocktails, it's everything you'd expect from brunch at the Great Dane. Check it out on Saturdays and Sundays at your favorite spot, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. For more information, head to GreatDanePub.com/brunch. Pick your pub and let's do brunch.
Jordan Love is the new man in town.
The sample size is very small, but you can tell, I think he's going to be okay. I think he's a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
I'm at a place I'm trying to go home. All of my change I spent on you. Where have the times gone, baby? It's so wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever after did exist, I would still be holding you like this. All those fairy tales are full of it. One more stupid love song, I'll be sick.
I'm going to head over to Lambeau Field and the Don Hudson Center, where today's minicamp practice will be held. We spent a lot of time talking about the closed nature of that, and then we talked about the Brewers. Jesse, was there anything besides Tausch's Tears of the AFC that we didn't get to today that you were hoping to, that we have a couple minutes for?
I mean, we teased a couple of times the Domovsky, what are we looking forward to at minicamp article, and I don't know if we ever actually read what Domovsky wrote about what he's looking forward to at Packers minicamp.
Well, Jason, what are you looking forward to seeing?
Well, first of all, I was really looking forward to seeing Jair Alexander and Rasul Douglas go up against Jordan Love and Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson in full speed 11-on-11 periods. Maybe that'll happen tomorrow, but it doesn't sound like it's happening today. And again, these are not in pads. So the offensive line stuff, defensive line stuff, A.J. Dillon running the football, this is none of that stuff. Like, this is not a really good venue for that. So one of the things that I do want to see is how much further Rudy Ford moves ahead of the rest of the safety group. All kidding aside about the grief I take for being a Rudy Ford stan and skipping an Aaron Rodgers locker availability to talk to Rudy.
You were okay, so this is how narratives get spun. You didn't go over there because you believed in Rudy Ford. You were kind of pouting. So let's be honest about that. Okay, now you've spun it. You're
pouting.
Yes,
pouting.
Jesse.
I would say jealous, but I'm not going down that road.
Oh my God, that was well played. So I am curious because I think that is one of the underplayed storylines that they've moved on from. Moved on from Adrian Amos, who never missed a game, and I know he didn't make as many. He had 4, I think, interceptions the last 2 years total. You would like more from him, but the bottom line is he was reliable. He didn't make a whole lot of mistakes. He didn't miss tackles the way Darnell Savage was missing tackles, resulting in his benching last season. And right now at safety, they've got a guy that they benched and a bunch of other guys.
AJS.
Yeah, it could be. Yes, Anthony Johnson. He goes by Ant, not AJS, even though he's AJJ.
Oh, you know what? I know there's a pun in here on ants. I'll make sure I bring that.
Unfortunately, we don't have time to get to that pun. I also want to see if there are some other wide receivers who make some moves. We've talked a lot about Watson. We've talked a lot about Dobbs. Samori Toure, who got a lot of pub before OTA started. Haven't seen him do a ton. Had one catch on a touchdown that I thought was good. I would like to see more from him. And then I want more slow-motion Gronk 2.0. I want to see more from Luke Musgrave. I want to write about him during this time. I want to see him make some plays. And we'll see if Tucker Kraft can do some as well before he goes over to Lambeau Land and to Culver's. That's it for us today. We'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on